What's up, everybody? I said I wasn't going to do an episode tonight, I know, but you know what? I got bored sitting in my fucking bed. Um, and there's a lot of stuff that's going on, and it came to my attention just recently. Tried to donate to a couple of tournaments. Got denied, trying to give my money away, but I forgot one very important tournament that's out there that probably, if not my favorite, one of my top three, which is Russell up in Toronto with Toryukin. So I'm going to become a sponsor for that. Yeah, I'm probably gonna, like I said, I'm gonna wind up taking a hiatus for a little bit. I'm definitely really kind of fucked up. I got 9 ribs that are, or 10 now apparently. 10 ribs that are fucked up, and they don't know why. So I gotta go tomorrow and get them all kind of put back into place. I'm gonna try to get up to Toryukin this year. You know, it's definitely one of my funner events, and plus I get to get all the poutine I want to eat, and it's always great seeing the Montreal guys and the Toronto guys, guys from the MK community, Lolling Octopus, obviously Jer and Zach, and Tim, and then obviously Russell. You know, the list goes on. The whole Canadian scene is a great bunch of guys, so I definitely am going to do my best to get down there. Let me add in here Mr. Chris. What's up, sir?
What's going on?
I'm hanging in there. You know,
Yeah, no.
yeah. I've had a couple of pass-out experiences which were pleasant. Actually hit my fucking head today. So this is turning into something, unfortunately. But you know what? I got a motto. Fuck it, let it rock. I'm just going to keep going until I can't go no more. Yeah, like I said, you know, Toryukin coming up, which is a ways away, but it is another tournament that we will be sponsoring. So, you know, anything I could do to help Russell, I am surely going to do. I'm going to try and get up there, without a doubt. Timing, obviously, is key for me. Plus, with all the illness bullshit, hopefully, you know, to come tomorrow, they put all these ribs back into place and everything's hunky-dory. I mean, I got to admit, it's the smoking.
Right.
The smoking is what's been causing this. I can blame, I don't know, I could say I got into a fight with 30 guys and be a liar like 90% of the FGC, but the reality of it is I've got heavy bronchitis, and I've coughed, and I'm coughing hard enough that it's actually pulling the ribs out of the cartilage and basically dislocating them all. So I will say, guys, try not to smoke as much as I do, or you'll wind up fucking a crutch puppet like I've become. Before I start rolling into everything, I want to go through, obviously, the opening track.
The sponsors.
Yes, this Lertzaks, which is OBS Rattlehead from down in Houston, and his brother and their band. Again, I'm waiting to get word back on the live setup that they're going to do. So they're going to actually do a concert live on the show. I don't know if that's going to be pre my little bit of a hiatus or after. You ain't got 2 hours. But guys want to come on 2 hours? No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fucked up. Needless to say, it's pretty bad. I mean, I went when I left Saturday night, and I woke up in the morning. My rib and which is funny because, well, I mean, I'm not gonna totally get naked because I don't want to get banned from fucking Twitch. But the rib on this side was actually not going east and west. It was going north and south. And I had to pull some fucking Rambo type shit. I will tell you this right now. I would have rather stuck this 2-liter bottle into the hole of my penis than have to do that again. I mean, it hurt so bad. And I will admit it. I cried. I mean, it was so bad trying to get it lined back up. And then, you know, stupid me, I'm always, my OCD kicks in, and I'm like, no, I got to go to a New York doctor. I got to go to a New York doctor. Forgetting they got free fucking healthcare up there. I should have just went to their fucking doctor. Now this shit's going to cost me an arm and a leg. Not to mention on top of it, like I said, tomorrow night I got to go, and hopefully they put the rest of them, because I got all 6 of them out of place in the back here. And then I got 2 over here and 2 over here. So a total of 10 ribs that decided that they don't want to do what they're supposed to. And again, it's straight up contributed to the smoking.
Yeah, man, you gotta take care of yourself. Man.
You know, Ryuki, yes. In a matter of fact, in about 2 seconds, once I'm done going through this, I am going to go to the bathroom and grab myself a couple of more of those pain pills. No, I didn't have any pain pills at that moment, unfortunately. I wish I did. But what was kind of funny was a Boston police officer pulled up while I was doing it. And I think he almost shit himself. I mean, it wasn't bloody, it wasn't gory, it wasn't poking through the skin or nothing like that. But he comes over to my car, and I'm laying back in my seat, and he sees me shifting it back down, and he goes, "What the hell are you doing?" And with tears in my eyes and shit, I'm like, "I'm putting my rib back in." I said, "God's trying to create a new kind of woman." I tried to make it hilarious, but he wasn't having it. But he was going to call an ambulance, and I said, "Nah, I'm good." And then I drove back down. Oh, God, that drive. I had to have stopped 100 times. Every rest stop. I even stopped for a little massage parlor. Didn't cut it, though, unfortunately.
Crazy.
But you know, yeah, like I said, you know, PAX, you know, I was looking forward to meeting Mr. Keats the third day. I did meet Alex, and, you know, took a picture with Alex. We were very cordial with one another. Again, you know, what I kind of like about him is it seems like he can roll with the punches. You know,
he's cool in my book, man.
You know, he can roll with the punches, and that's, you know, and that's one of the things me and him were talking about. I said, look, if you could dish it, you better get. If you could take it, then you can dish it. You know, you can't have it one way or the other. So he was definitely cool, and, you know, I wish him luck with being the community manager at Iron Galaxy. As far as other sponsors, I got my boys here. If they load. We'll go straight down the list here. We got Ultra Spec Cable, we got Pro PC Gaming, Bifuteki, Awesome Smack, MKMP, Mortal Kombat Online, Mad Cats, the man, the myth, the one who's doing a dance right now in the middle of France, Mr. EMP Triforce with Empire Arcadia, Mortal Kombat Network, VXG, MKU, and I think I already mentioned the Gamer's Edge in Mortal Kombat Universe. The next one that I would like to go through is my boy Curtis, who is sponsoring a player with me as well. Dynamic Beadworks.
Yeah, he does good work.
Yes, he does great work.
You saw the mini 8x Bahn.
Yeah, I seen you hopping on my wagon now. Man, but now you're Hollywood, you got to have one too.
Yeah,
but he does do a great job. Shout outs to Curtis. Curtis and I are sending. Well, I changed the name because, you know, that's how I am. I'm a sneak like that. It's OBS DBW Rick Wah, who will be attending ECT this year, and he will be playing Marvel, Street Fighter, and Cross Tekken. So shout outs to him. Hopefully he performs well. Whether he does or he doesn't, you know what? It don't matter. Just have fun. And my next one is, these guys seem to be making lots of acquisitions these days. The guys over at Revolution Gaming, they now they have Rico Suave, who did pretty damn good in both games. KI
Did you
and Street
see?
Fighter. Yeah, Street
Did
Fighter.
you see his haul?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked like Mentos blessed him, man.
Yeah, so he shout outs to
Hot stuff.
him, Joe Cruddy, and those
Yes.
guys over there. You got Mr. Tom Brady as well. Who else do they have? F Champ,
F Champ.
and I don't know if they have anybody else. But let me add this one more thing here because they also have an event coming up.
Well, yeah, unless I get screwed over, I'll be at that event. And now that it's actually public, the other cool thing is that Joe actually just got sponsored by Elgato Gaming.
You got Revolution Gaming presents Salty Sunday, April 27th. It's going to be Street Fighter KI, Ultimate Marvel, Injustice, The Wine is Amongst Us. It's going to be located at 250 Morris Avenue, Springfield Township, New Jersey. 07081. Drinks and food specials are obviously going to be there. McGlynn's Bar, which anything that starts with Mick, you know, has got to be good, and you get your booze quick. So McGlynn's Bar and Restaurant, and it is an ECT 2014 qualifier as well. So if you get a chance to get out there on the 27th, make sure you do. Check it out. I will throw that up towards the end of the night as well again. Now, one of the things, like I said, you know, I've been looking to sponsor tournaments left and right, and, you know, I came across a couple of guys, and what wound up happening, why do people, oh, that's you. No, you don't.
Okay.
You know, what, no, but you made me lose my train of thought.
Sorry.
What was I saying? Revolution Gaming, Salty Sunday, April 27th, yada, 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 yada.
Yeah, that's the one I said I was going to be going to and all that. So,
But
yeah, that should be good.
Yeah, well, you still made me forget what the fuck I was saying. Somebody in the audience help me, please. I forgot what I was just about to say. No, I wasn't going to say I got a big penis. That should be known. What happened last week, James? Last week, I needed a moment. Yeah, the stuff that's going on with my ribs wasn't. It's been going on for a while, and it's getting really bad, and I had no choice but to take it easy for a change. It's gotten that bad. If I cough, I pass out, which is kind of fucked up, especially when you're driving. Right now, it feels like every time I cough, my ribs are just ripping out my fucking chest. So, you know, it's been very painful, even with the pain pills and all that stuff. Sponsorships. So, you know, yeah, Toryukin, I'm going to be sponsoring Toryukin, which is going to be May 26th, I want to say. I want to say that, but I can't. I want to be for sure. It's actually, no, the 16th to the 18th. So, May 16th to 18th up in Toronto, guys. You get up there. Russell runs a real tight ship and a great show. So, you know, definitely if you get a chance. But, you know, it's outside area afterwards. The birth of Homeboy Tyson actually came from Toryukin 1 with our boy Altair, who paid $200 for a hand job in a strip club and then couldn't get home. And that's basically where he was born from. Did I have an accident? No, I didn't have an accident. I don't know what you mean, Moldo night. As far as the chest, it's just straight up from smoking. You know, it's just I've been smoking too much as I have a cigarette in my hand. You know what? I might end up dead. I don't give a shit. You know,
Let's hope not.
you know, you live once. You know, but you know, as far as the ribs go, let them put them all back in place. And I got to lose some weight. My cholesterol's through the roof for all those hot pockets and McRibs I've been scarfing down over the years. Finally starting to catch up to me. But yeah, definitely. You know, guys, think about your health a little bit. You know, I mean, I'm 44. I don't even smoke weed, guys, so it's not even my cup of tea. But, you know, like I said, 16th to 18th, if you get a chance, get up there. Let me just quickly run the trailer for these guys, and this is what to expect. So, guys, if you get a chance, do yourself a favor, get up there. You know, it's a great event. The outside of there is a lot of cool stuff to see. I mean, you don't really want to catch like a Toronto's Blue Jays game, but the titty bars kick ass. So I will tell you that right now.
Lertzaks.
Yes, it's definitely the titty bars are in itself is worth it. Also, the cats that are up there are really cool guys. So, you know, everybody sticks around. Nobody ditches you. It's more of what I like to say a family-oriented tournament where if you're part of a MK community, the MK guys will gravitate towards you, and you'll be able to chill with all of them. It ain't one of them where everybody goes in their own directions. Russell runs a fairly tight ship. Obviously, you know, he's not a sweatshop keeper, but he definitely he gets things moving. He keeps things moving at a good pace, so you're not going to sit there for, you know, 3 hours waiting for something to happen. So definitely, guys, you know, when I spoke to Russell, I think Russell's running around doing work now. I was going to try to get him on here tonight. I may be forced to do another episode or two between now and then, depending on how I feel. Again, I wanted to take time off, and then you know what does it to me? Anger.
I know.
Anger. When I see people on Reddit say their little asshole comments, I say, you know what? Fuck you. Now I'm not gonna leave. You know, and you know, granted that, you know, again, there was some people on Reddit that I commend that I said, wow, you know what? You know, I get sent the links, and oh my God, let's see what he just said. There's guys who actually were like, you know, hey, I hope James gets better. I'm not a fan of the show, but you know, shit sucks. So, you know, I commend those people showing that they're not assholes. I'll be the first to admit, when it comes to Reddit, I am like an absolute computer illiterate, which I never thought in my life I would say. Like I can't even figure out how to search. Like, can I search just my name in text? You know, I don't know how. There we go. All right.
This guy's Metal Gear collection.
You know, so I mean, it's. Let me just see if this person is ready. Oh shit! My fuck! Every time I curve, it coughs.
Did you take those killers yet?
What?
Did you take the painkillers?
No. Not yet. I'm trying not to go berserk on painkillers. You know, it's as long as I don't cough. But then, of course, if I smoke, shit goes out the fucking window. Also, guys, I will be at ECT floating around. I don't think I'm playing anything this time around. I'm just going to come and chill and drink. My boy Stubbin, who runs Ultra Spec Cables, coming back from Sweden/Poland. So we'll probably just be doing a lot of drinking. Probably get some MK2 and some MK3 stuff going as well. Let me see if my guest here is... okay, let's see, where am I? Alright. Oh, yeah, fucking whore.
Yeah.
Alright, hold on, I gotta go take a pain pill.
Okay. I think we're gonna have to nickname him Old Snake.
Make myself a what I like to call a Valium sandwich, which is 2 Vicodins with a piece of Valium in the middle. So here's the pain-free nights, hopefully. Okay. We are going to be joined because, you know, we've brought forth to the show over the last couple of weeks all members of EG, withstanding 2. Ricky Ortiz, who's been pretty busy, so it's been hard to get to him. And, of course, the newest, latest, and greatest member, Mr. Cammy herself, Kbrad. So Kbrad will be joining us in a few minutes. You know, Algid, man, you know, NeoGaf, see, the problem I have with these sites, because, you know, whenever I mention them on the show, I see the hate that comes, and it's like, it's such an elitist thing. You know, it's such an elitist thing to, well, we're only going to let certain people in. And it's like, some of the people they let in, I'm sorry, are the biggest dicks on the planet. And I'm not saying all of them. I'm just saying that, you know, the ones that I've come across, you know, the ones that hate me, you know, oh, I'm so evil, you know, all that other good stuff. But yet, you know, some people rig brackets and, you know, say they're going to wreck tournaments for other people, but they manage to get in no problem. You know, it was another funky thing that happened to me. So last night, after I come home, I decided... Are
you talking about Sanchi?
Huh?
You talking about when you were at Sanchi?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. When I got home last night, I said, you know what? Let me stop and get like a hero. I bought myself a meatball parmesan hero, and I ate half of it, and then I decided to eat the other half at like 3 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit! Heartburn behind fucked up ribs is one of the most fucked up experiences you can in your life. I mean, I drank a gallon of milk, didn't work. Squeezing my ribs like I'm pregnant, didn't work. I wanted somebody to come to my house and give me a fucking C-section. That's how bad it hurt.
Jeez. You
know, so, I mean, like I said, hopefully tomorrow everything's in place, and then it's just a matter of chilling out with the Valiums. And they'll just keep the muscles relaxed and hopefully keep them in place until they strengthen out. I'll admit I'm a fat fuck. People are like, no, you're not fat. Trust me. I'm supposed to be a lot skinnier. I look normal fat, but reality is I'm supposed to be like 198, and I'm like 220. You know, I bounce between 210 and 220. So,
Gotcha.
you know, I gotta straighten that out. I gotta straighten the back thing out. I got a lot of my own personal work I have cut out for me. You know, and that was another reason why I was looking to do a little bit of a hiatus. One of the other things I have to admit, I miss playing games. What's up there, Mr. Cookie? Good to see you joining us on the show. I miss playing games.
Playing or competing or games in general?
Playing. I don't even get a chance to play.
I hear you.
You know, I mean, I got all these systems sitting here, and I don't even know what updates I'm on. You know, I played Tekken Tag, my team of Paul and Jinpachi. You know, I was bodying pretty good. And then I did that for like a day or two, and then shit happens again. You know, they got me working out in South Jersey or North Jersey, whatever the hell it is, West Jersey and Rutherford. So I'm driving out to Rutherford every day. By the time I come back, I'm tired. I don't want to do nothing. And, you know, basically it just, you know, you run out of time in a day. So before I bring in my next guest, let me run this quick video here.
Catherine is ridiculous. Man, I got to play her. You know, she got claws. Oh my god. Yo, when she threw the psycho stream, like she was charging it up and then she would teleport behind us. That was gonna be speaking of DiCaprio, what are you doing May 16th with your agent? I don't think I'm doing nothing.
It's got like
trying to expose these frauds. Comedian. I'm MikeyK. UBG Noel Brown. We coming.
I like that video.
I'm Kbrad. I'm godlike.
Alright, let me bring in Mr. Ken here.
That's ratchet.
Yo, Mr. Kbrad.
Yo.
That video is pretty fucking godlike, man.
Which one?
You're going up to Canada.
He said, I'm gonna expose these frauds. That shit is like.
Man, yeah, it was pretty. Like me and Noel just randomly thought about it. So it was
I like that.
So you did pretty damn well over at PAX. I see. I didn't get to stick around for the whole thing, but I see you took second.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, but it's not like you lost to some scrub.
You're right.
You know, so I mean, you can pound yourself and say, "Man, I fucked up." But you know, Justin is a reading machine. But you know what? To be honest, I think give it some time, and you got his number.
Yeah, maybe. Like, we played a lot when I went to Cali in his house. So he's like super good.
I mean, he plays very methodic. Like, you'll do something, you might win a round, and you'll be like, oh shit, I got this. And then you try to do the same exact thing, and everything's accounted to it already in one shot.
Yeah, I hate playing Justin. I would rather play internationals than play Justin.
I'd rather see, to be honest, more internationals. And more of the U.S. players actually playing united against the internationals. I really want to see a team of, like, I don't care if it's 9, like a baseball team, 9 versus 9, you know, from each place, and basically round robin them, like the Topanga League, and just see who comes out on top.
Yeah, that would be pretty sick.
You know, they obviously declared Daigo the god of gods.
Yeah.
Which, you know, I can't take away from him. You know, definitely can't take it away from him. But, you know, I wound up watching a lot of old videos over the last day or two. And, I mean, I watched the matches with, like, himself and Stanford. And I watch how he learns, how quick he adapts. And Justin and him both play similar in that way. Where it's like they'll watch, they'll lose. Now, I don't want to say they lose on purpose. But part of me thinks that, like, they're like, I'm going to go in at half-mass. If I win, cool. If not, I'm going to know everything this person does.
Yeah.
And that's really, like, when I was watching some of his videos. Because, I mean, when I was at NYU and I called him Diego Un Suarez that day, you know, I watched him playing, like, he was losing matches, and, you know, people are jumping up like they won the gold medal in the Olympics, and I'm like, he's playing with you, you know. And then the next match, these guys are jumping around like fools, and what wound up happening is he was beating these guys with just standing fist. You know, every time knocking them out of the end. I'm going, how many times before you realize you're not going to jump in on them? You know, so, I mean, and as far as you go, your footsies it's something, man. I got to say, I mean, I enjoy watching your footsie matches. Whenever it really gets down to a hardcore footsie versus footsie, you have a way of just knowing. I mean, I don't know, is it matchup experience, or is it, you know, you just know what does what from, you know, frame data. You know, what makes your footsie so good compared to a lot of the other people that I see?
No, I don't study frames at all. It's just playing a lot. So it comes down to playing a lot, because when you're playing Camry, like a lot of people, when they have like 2 bars, they'll low forward into drill, and if it hits, it hits. If it doesn't, they'll try to make it safe. I don't know, playing Justin and all these guys so much that I can just like see like it hit. I can just see it hit. So I really can't explain it. It just came from like me playing a lot, I guess.
And now, what made you play Cammy overall? Was it an attraction to her, or was it you just thought she was the one that could body more people?
No, like it comes from what is that? I wanted to play Viper starting off. Like when Viper first came out, I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna play this character. You know, I'm playing Viper. And then I didn't have the execution to play Viper, so I would just play Ken and Akuma. And then I switched to Stick, and I was like, I'm gonna play Cammy and Viper. And then I played Viper for a while, and I was like, I really don't like how you win with Viper. You gotta go nuts to win with that character. So I was like, I'd rather just play Cammy.
I mean, now she's a good choice. Now, are you going to mix the two up in the Ultra, or are you just gonna ride one out?
I don't know. I've been playing a lot of Viper lately. Like, I've been playing Viper to just understand the character more. If I have to fight her a lot more, and because she's really fun, but she's hard to win with. Because, like I said, most of the times when Viper players win, they just they're going nuts on their opponent. Like, and then a lot of times Viper players get wins because people don't understand how to fight her. So it takes a lot to win with her. So I don't know if I'll mess with her. I'm going to definitely mess with Camry and DiCaprio. Those are going to be the 2 characters I mess with a lot.
So from what you've seen so far and finagled with DiCaprio, what's your opinion compared to Cammy?
I like her more. Her moveset, I like her moveset more. And when I thought that it was a doll, I was like, if it's a doll, I'm gonna play the character no matter like who it is. And then it's of course a Cammy clone, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm definitely gonna play the character. So even if Cammy's my main, like DiCaprio will be my second character, or it'll be the other way around. DiCaprio will be my main.
You should run that video like at the last 10 seconds, like when I was standing next to you, and you're like, they had my expression, they had yours, and you're like, yes. Yes, and James Chen's like, look at Kbrad, he's so happy.
Yeah, it was super. I was super hyped for that character. Dude.
Yeah, man, final round.
I mean, it's overall your perception. Now, I don't want to put you on the spot. But do you feel there's enough changes in this game to change the dynamics totally, or do you find it that it's going to be a lot of the same with a couple of new twists to it?
Nah, it's a whole new game. It's gonna be completely different. Delayed wake up changes a lot. Red focus combos are gonna change a lot. Like as long as you like a combo off of a normal and then to into red focus, a lot of characters get like big damage. So more characters will benefit from that than other characters. So yeah, I think it's gonna be a completely new game. Like you'll still be able to do the old stuff, but it's gonna be completely different than how the game is played now.
I can't wait.
Yeah,
That's
it's
gonna
gonna
be my new
take away.
crack.
It's gonna take away so much of the vortex. So vortex is pretty much will be dead except for like standing characters. Like Abel's vortex will still be good. Abel's vortex will be good. Makoto will be good. But only characters that have like standing vortex, like knockdown vortex is I don't think it's gonna be that good. It'll be just okay at best.
Now, what do you think of overall, and it's been the topic of much controversy, the edition select?
I feel like they should let just Ultra Street Fighter 4 rock for like 1 year, I think. Then yeah, maybe they should put it in tournament edition select, because edition select is going to be really good because like you'll be able to play all the different versions and everything. But I feel like if you let it come out now and you put it in tournaments now, a lot of people won't even get the chance to play Ultra because everybody's just going to go back to the old cheap stuff instead of finding anything new. So I just feel like they should let like Ultra rock out for like at least 1 year.
Now, do you think with the combination of the new characters and the edition select that there's going to be enough of a variable that maybe Vanilla Sagat ain't going to be cutting it like he used to, because of the new guys that are in the game already, or the fact that you're going to have cross edition select characters as well? I mean, do you think edition select would basically say one character is the end all of this of the game, or do you think there's a chance that it's going to open up doors where more people are going to wind up saying, "Hey, you know what? I'm going to go with Street Fighter 2, Sagat, and I'm going to go with Street Fighter 4 Sagat." Will it open up more doors, or do you think it's going to limit people and they're just going to hop on whatever they thought was the best character?
I feel like it'll be really well, but it won't limit people but I know it's going to be a lot of blind picks, because even back in Vanilla, when Vanilla Sagat was ridiculously overpowered, he got bodied by Vanilla Akuma. So I mean, anybody that played Vanilla Sagat, if a person knows how to play Vanilla Akuma, he's just going to counter him with that, and then just roundhouse loop him to death. So I feel like it'll be a lot of blind picks, but it'll be a lot of like variety, because over the versions, there's been a lot of good characters for this version or that version. So I feel like it'll be a lot of variety if they do let additional select be playable in tournaments.
Do you think, as far as Vega goes, I've been looking at Vega, and Vega's been performing very well, especially of late, that you think he could become a dominant force in this Ultra? I don't know I didn't read his final nerfs, buffs, and whatnot, but do you think he has the potential to become more beastly than he already is?
I feel like he's really good. I feel like even in this version, he's really good now. You just have to have really good defense to play the character. So anybody that has really good defense and is like super patient, I feel like any like player like that plays Vega do really well with him, because he's good now, and I think he's better in this version. I don't know exactly what they took out or what they put in, but like a lot of people's been telling me he's better in Ultra.
See, that's good. I mean, I was always a believer that Balrog Bison, well, they made Sagat into like a good dude now, I guess, saving children and all that nice stuff. And Vega typically should have been stronger characters because they were always boss characters.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's like, it would be as if in my Mortal Kombat universe, Goro is ass. People would be like, why is he protecting a guy that he's going to get if he's just going to get his ass whooped? Usually when you look at movie scripts, they take the big crazy motherfucker and they say, all right, you're the last line of defense before I got to fight. you know, whoever the character is. So I'm hoping to see those characters buffed up more as compared to, you know, they've kind of, I mean, Balrog's still good, obviously. I mean, that's been proven by
His
PR.
buttons are ridiculous.
Yeah. But Bison, you know, kind of hasn't been impressing.
Yo, in Hyper Edition, man, that guy was just ridiculous.
In Hyper Edition, yes.
Everything he just did is just straight up. I think Jabali used to like play him and like somebody else and stuff like that. That guy just made you want to just smash sticks.
Oh shit. So now, obviously, congratulations, by the way, you know, that you're EG.
Yes.
You know, that's definitely a good thing for yourself. What are your plans as far as, because I know you were living out here on the island, then you were down in Florida, then you were in California. You're going to become the Ryu traveling nomad, or is it going to be somewhere where you put your head and call it home?
I don't know. Like, I might move to the West Coast. It seems like a good idea, but no matter even if I move there, or if I don't, I'm pretty much still gonna be doing the same thing. Like, even like, look at me and Justin. Like, Justin does the same thing. He lives in SoCal, but he really lives on the road. Like, he's only home for like maybe 1 day or 2 days before he's like somewhere for like 3 weeks, and then he goes home, and then he's only home for like another like 2 to 3 days, and then he's like gone for another like 2 weeks or so. So I might still be doing the same thing, but to where I put all my stuff, I don't know. Like, in the future, maybe I might move to the West Coast. I'm not sure yet.
You're gonna get yourself a lowrider?
Is that like a black joke?
No, no. Well, man, white people got lowriders too, man. That's actually a Latinos.
Oh yeah, all the Hispanic people.
Hispanic people like the lowriders.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe.
I mean, I could see you doing like a mural of Cammy on one side, the Cabby on the other side. You know.
Nah, I don't mess with that, dude. I see like those in Maryland, like they have the weirdest stuff. Like, it was like a Batman and Joker, like one side. I was like, so weird.
So now you're obviously going up to Canada.
Yeah.
What's your prediction? Give me that Mr. T like pain.
Oh, the prediction of Marvel and AE? I feel like, of course, Marvel. I mean, I'm pretty sure Justin will win. And then AE, I feel like I'm training. Like, every single time I lose to Jay, I always train to like beat him. So like, hopefully I win AE. But I hope like it's going to most likely be EG Grand Finals.
EG had a pretty dominant weekend. You had Ricky down at Civil War, and you had yourself and Justin over at PAX. Was PR anywhere or no? He didn't go nowhere this week.
He was in Japan.
And how did he do over there?
I'm not sure of his record because I was at PAX the whole time. I didn't get to like watch, and I didn't like. A lot of people found like stream links and everything. I missed all of that because like me and Justin had to work the booth.
And what's that like? Is that the first time you had to work the booth?
Yeah, definitely. Justin does it all the time, but yeah, we were at the HyperX booth. We were working the booth the entire time. We just had a challenge that if any person that gets on can beat me or Justin. Well, if they beat me, they got like some products from HyperX or whatever. Like if they beat me in the 2 out of 3, they gave away something for them. And then if they beat Justin in the 2 out of 3, they gave them like a computer. So yeah, Justin didn't lose. Justin didn't lose the whole weekend, and then I started playing random characters, and I lost trying to be like the new EG guy. I picked Rufus, and I lost with Rufus. So like they gave away like a 64 gigabyte memory card for me losing.
I mean, I've been a Honda and a Dalsin player for a long time, but I got to admit, between Justin and Ricky, I think I want to fuck with Rufus, man.
No, I don't recommend it. I feel like the character is bad. They just make they just make that character look like he's super good. Like they have all the cheap stuff because they've been playing him for so long. They just know the character in and out. And he's I just feel like he's average at best, like mid tier, and they just make him look like he's super good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't know. I just believe it or not, as an old motherfucker, I do have fundamentals. Not as fast as you young bucks anymore, but I mean, I do have the basic fundamentals. And I watched the way they play footsie with Rufus, and it's very clumsy, but it works. Which basically fits the character if you really think about it. Some big 400-pound dude shouldn't be able to be banging out footsies the way he does, but they make it happen.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm gonna give him a shot. See how I'm bored, but then again, I hear that Honda's been getting some good shit, so you can actually attack with him again.
Yeah, he's gonna have a lot of like good stuff, and he could play like really lame now, so he's gonna be really good. I think he has like throw invincibility on his EX command grab, so that'll be pretty good.
Let me add Mr. Russell, the head of Toroyukin, in here.
That's gonna make comeback happy. That Honda getting them buffs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna make me happy, but like I said, I'm still like iffy if I even want to still mess around with him. I want Ken. And I heard Ken.
I used to play with him a little something, but I was just back. I would just troll him. I played him in like Alpha and ST.
That's hello.
Yep. Yo, what's up, Russell?
Hey, I'm back. Thank you guys for having me.
Welcome back, man. It's been quite some time.
I know, it's been a while. Last time I was here was actually last May. Yeah, so it's almost a year.
And that was when we were cast out into the world of Ustream.
Yeah. Wait, what happened? What happened? What you guys were?
They let us back into the Twitch universe.
Oh, okay. I see.
Shout outs to Vic over at Twitch. Stand up dude. Looked through the whole
Vic
thing.
is godlike.
Yeah, looked through the whole thing and said, let's give him another shot. So, and I've been on my bestest behavior, and so far it's been all good. So what can we expect? Because I mean, you're seeing Kbrad right here.
I'm still trying to like when you said you'll be in your best behavior. I'm still that made me snicker a little. Is that Vince? Vince?
No, that's
Bahn.
That's Bahn.
Oh, okay. I was like, I'm kidding. You sound like one of my friends. Sorry.
Yeah.
How's everyone tonight? I'm sorry. How's everyone?
I'm just glad I finally rested, man.
I'm falling apart, but
Yeah, you falling apart.
Yeah, you're supposed to be like. You told me you're supposed to rest today, James.
Yeah,
you have the surgery tomorrow. I don't know what the hell you're doing.
It's not surgery. They're just putting shit back where it belongs. They're just gonna snap that shit back in. But I mean, you know what? I went to work today, and I did my shit, and I basically sit in the desk and. You know what I've been playing? The fucking Family Guy game on the iPhone. And I don't know, and I'm loving this shit. I'm like, you know what? But it's one of those games where like you do something and it's actually real time. Like it says it takes like 2 hours for them to do it. So once you do everything with everybody, it's like you can't go back and do anything with the game for like 12 hours. Unless you buy their golden clams, which for $99.99 you can get 900 golden clams, and I ain't spending real money on that shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean I'm hanging in there. Get this shit taken care of tomorrow. I'm gonna take like I said, a little bit of a hiatus. I just didn't want to not promote this event because, like I said earlier, your event is one of my favorite out of all. Between yourself, Biggie, and Larry, everybody else to me is just eh.
Well, I'm your favorite Canadian event because the other place, it's too far, right? So Calgary, you have to take a plane, and Montreal would be another 6-hour drive. I think.
Either way, even if I was in Calgary or if I was in France, Eric's events, your event, and Larry's events have been my favorite ones.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
You know,
Appreciate that.
and that's kind of where it ends. You know, there's no well, this one and this one. I don't
Yeah.
And again, I don't hold nothing against other tournament organizers. You know, Alex is a nice dude. I haven't gone to it, so I can't critique it. You know, but from what everybody's always told me, they say it's a great event, but
Yeah.
it's great for you if you went, but it ain't great for me until I go. So I might, very slim chance, I might try to get down there, collect one of those belts. You see those belts he's giving away now? You know, it's actually it's a nice concept. You know, and he's working as the Iron Galaxy community manager now, who's doing the Killer Instinct patch. I hate the word patch. The season 2 pass. So hopefully that turns out to be well, and somewhere down the line we actually get a complete version of KI. So tell us about what to expect at Toryukin this year.
We have a few international players. We actually got Justin Wong to come back to Toronto for this event, so that's pretty exciting. Everybody really loves Justin. Kbrad as well, so everybody has a lot of respect for Kbrad every time he comes here, and basically anyone really that comes from US that comes to Canada, or at least Toronto in my events. Toronto Top Tiers event, I shouldn't say my events. Ray, Noel Brown. Wolfcorn hasn't come in a while. Dominion came last year, I believe, and EMP is always welcome as well. I'm talking to Triforce, although I haven't heard from him for a while now, so I don't know what's happening there.
Well, apparently he's in Wee Musheri.
I didn't want to say it, but I'm still in contact with him, so I don't know what the plan is for EMP, but we're trying to get them here, so. But I don't know yet.
I hope he gets there. I mean, I really do. I mean that, or I hope he's there long enough to actually become fluent in French, which would be really cool. But I mean, definitely, I'd like to see Dominion now that Kbrad's up there, and the EG guys are in full force.
Yeah, we have 2 EG guys. Yeah, you're right. We have 2 EG guys.
EMP is looking like the stable's gotten a little bit thinner, and I'd like to see Dominion and Stanford have to take on the Universe.
They're going to join EG next.
What if you merge EMP and EG together? No, that'll never happen. That'll never happen.
Yeah, you have a better chance.
Half will never turn into hell.
You have a better chance of Canada and United States version.
That's just not happening.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, it's just the way it is. I mean, like I said, I wish Triforce the best. I hope he gets home soon.
Is he still in France?
Yeah.
He's still trapped in France.
He's still there? I didn't even know that. Wow. I really gotta... Yeah, that's probably why he hasn't contacted me yet. I hope somebody's housing him there.
Yeah, somebody's out. He's not out on the street and stuff like that. He's just being a little dramatic and stuff. He's like, I'm trapped in France, and
I'm in a $6,000 a night room. This sucks.
Like, you poor thing. Like, he's resourceful when he needs to be resourceful, but it's just like he likes to go for the dynamic theatric sometimes.
Yeah, but he'll definitely, he'll obviously wind up back fairly soon. And Dominion, unfortunately, Dominion missed Civil War.
Yeah, that sucks.
But you know what? I have a confession. My favorite player, Ricky Ortiz, is actually my favorite Street Fighter player.
Yeah, you said that.
And, and like I said, he's the reason why I look at Rufus now, and I'm like, 'cause he plays them very differently than Justin. Similar, but still a lot of differences. And I like the way he plays them. And I guess I hate to use the word aspire because that means you really didn't do shit. But I do aspire to get as good as he does. So shout outs to Ricky. The last EG guy that hasn't been on the show. He's the next. we gotta get him. But
That would be cool.
so what kind of predictions do you have, Russell, as far as the Canadians, about how they're gonna do against the EG guys? Smash predictions. I know a couple of times it's gone, back and forth. EMP and Justin and crew.
Yeah, it's gonna be a little tough. That's for sure, because Justin, Kbrad, Noel Brown, Ray, who's gonna be have a video of him. He gave me the theme of the tournament is exposing the frauds, so we gotta expose the frauds basically. I don't know who's gonna get exposed. We have signs, so you're gonna see some signs get up, hang up. It's gonna be some signs that says exposed.
What about other games? Injustice, the Personas, the KOF?
Yeah, so okay, so I'll go through the games. Well, the typical AE Marvel will be there. Tekken Tag 2. It will be sponsored by GutsyGeek.com. They're providing prizes. We got Injustice. I have to find some prizes for this, but we have Injustice. Mortal Kombat will make an appearance, but it'll be on a Saturday.
Okay.
Because it'll be on a Saturday. There's not a lot of crowd for the game anymore in Toronto, unfortunately. Then we have the Anime Fighters, which is the Blaze Blue, the new version, Chrono Phantasma, Guilty Gear, Persona 4, and a lot of side tournaments this time around. We actually have an ST qualifier, and the winner of that will go to EVO. So I'm not handling that per se, but there is an individual that's a very dedicated ST player that will be taking care of that. So if you guys want a free trip to EVO, you win ST and come to Toryuken.
I don't think I can do that.
And Killer Instinct, actually, Killer Instinct will be it will be a game in this major, so it's will be the first time Killer Instinct's gonna be added. But other than that, that's all the games. So there's going to be a lot of side games, that's for sure.
Now, are you part of the Capcom Pro circuit, or?
I'm not. No, it's very difficult to be part of that because you have to be a really big tournament, like a really, really major tournament. I do consider myself a major tournament, but again, with number-wise, I think they base it on statistics and views and all that stuff. So, and it personally, in my opinion, this is my opinion. Personally, it's not worth it for us to have the qualifier because I mean, whoever wins here really only gets 2 points versus whoever wins in US gets 16, from what I believe. So the difference there is just so high. So they're gonna get seeded once. It might as well just win that first match and just go on straight. But again, that's just my opinion. So
as of right now, Kbrad, how many points do you have?
I don't know because it's not updated yet. Like they didn't update the points from PAX East yet, but I know it's the order. If you take out Ryan Hart, because Ryan Hart doesn't count anymore because he already qualified, so his points don't count because he's already guaranteed. He already has a guaranteed spot at Capcom Cup, but
and why is that?
Because he won final round.
Final round. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay,
Yeah.
so that guaranteed him a spot. Okay.
Yeah, like if you win a premier event, you already guarantee a spot. So your points don't really count anymore because you already have a guaranteed spot. But it's I believe it's Justin is in first. I'm in second, and Eduardo is in third, and I think Ricky is in fourth because he just won Civil War.
What happened?
What happened to James?
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Yeah, where is it?
I'm right here.
Oh, okay.
I just because when I cough and it sounds like my fucking lungs coming out, I mute my mic. But as far as so you were given points for SCR, obviously they prorated those. Plus, you were given points for PAX.
Yeah.
They don't give you an idea yet as far as, I mean, obviously, I guess SCR gave you 16, if that's if what Russell's saying is true.
Again, I'm not sure how the point system works, but I know international tournaments, if I acquired for it, it would be 2 points for whoever wins. So I'm not sure how many points it is actually for the US. I believe it's 16, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping, like I said, I'm hoping to see this this grow. I'm hoping that they do start opening doors to more events. It can't hurt. It's only going to grow the Capcom Cup as a whole.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Limiting it to just say majors. Maybe like, for example, let's say, I don't know, in Jersey, 8 on the break. Put something down there. For a Tuesday night or something. A, it's going to attract people, and B, it's points. I found that when Evo did the point system for the Road to Evo, they were kind of worthless. I don't know how they played out in the Capcom games as far as seeding, but I went into Evo with MK9 with no seeding points and had 2 buys.
I'll be honest. Yeah, I'll be honest with you. Last weekend as well, it was so hard to keep track of all those points. We were part of Road to Evo, and everybody had like 16, 8, and had to like report that to Mr. Wizard. And I know they didn't take account into some of them because there's some Smash players that were asking how come it wasn't seeded when we had Smash melee points. So again, that's just my 2 cents on that.
Speaking of Smash, what's your 3 opinions of this new Smash?
It's colorful.
So is Marvel.
And I'm not a Smash player. I don't know what to tell you about it.
It looks like it has some promise. I think it's going to attract guys from other parts of the FGC to it. I wonder if the Smash community is going to take that "you don't belong in our community" mentality. Because out of their loyalty, they don't have to play on CRTs no more, which is a blessing in my opinion. I love seeing these guys, and it's the dedication. At Apex, these guys are going through people's garbage and picking up, SRTs that people are throwing out and bringing them down to these events. I really think it's one of the most dedicated communities out there, to be honest. So I'm hoping that this game actually does do well. I know it's obviously, Evo's got it picked up again. MLG's got it picked up again. I'm hoping that, a lot of people from other games do start to gravitate towards it and really make it take off. It's funny because you call it a party game, and I think they're still calling it a party game. But, it's got a lot of intensity to the game. At Apex, I sat and I watched, and the first time I seen it, I was just kind of like, eh. But once you really watch the game, you actually say, wow, you know what? There is depth to the game. I always thought it was just, smash the guy until he falls off the screen and that's it. So, I'm hoping that it does pick up well. Obviously, one of my hopes also is, and like we were saying earlier, I think Edition Select, let it rock. Let it rock. Let people have to earn their wins.
We straight up chaos.
Why? Because Ryan picked all the vanillas and all the characters in that final round exhibition, and he lost. I don't know.
Like I said, it's funny.
It was Combo Fiend though.
No, Combo Fiend stuck with Decapre, and then Reinhardt used Vanilla Sagat.
Oh, I know. I was there.
Ian is like, oh, okay.
But the point is, it's like, I don't think the vanilla versions of these characters is going to necessarily affect the gameplay as dramatically as people want to think it will. And I think it actually, you're going to start to see, the newer characters, like a Hugo bodying, say, a vanilla Sagat, and I think that gives the game a bigger lifespan.
What do you think of that, Kbrad?
I feel like, honestly, the game, like, Edition Select will be really good because it's a whole bunch of things. Like, if you put a vanilla character up against an ultra character, an Ultra character will be able to abuse delayed wake up and red focus, and the vanilla character will only be able to have like one Ultra. So it's a lot of stuff like will change the way the game is played and everything, but I still feel like it should wait, just because of the fact that I feel like if they do it right now, no one will play Ultra. Like everyone will just go to the characters that they know are super cheap or their best version. It's like, okay, I'm a Chun-Li player, I'm going to play Super Chun. Or I'm a Cammy player, I'm going to play Super Cammy or AE Cammy. Or I'm a Sagat player, I'm going to play this. Like, if whatever your character is, you're going to go to the cheapest version that you know of instead of trying to practice the Ultra version.
Well, see, I mean, one of the problems is, and this has been a growing problem in the gaming industry since fighting games began to evolve, is the amount of characters. You know, I mean, I personally, I'm, 12 World Warriors, man. That's cool. Let it rock. Because you have more of a chance to become a master of 12 characters than you do 36 characters. Because you're not going to have that opportunity to really get in depth with each character. And I think with freeing up the amount of characters that you're putting in a game, it allows you to focus more on gameplay. And that memory can be utilized in other areas that will actually make the game a more enjoyable experience. You know?
Wouldn't it be like Capcom SNK too? Because everybody can pick different type of... It wasn't that the moveset changes when you pick different grooves, right? From what I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. It would technically be like that. I guess it would work. I would have to test it on my side and the Canadian side. But I mean, major-wise, I'm not really sure. I don't see it.
I mean, I think, like I said, I think that maybe do some exhibition with the top players.
Yeah, I have to check it. I mean, in my end, I would be checking it.
Tell Kbrad, let's see that camera against Vanilla Sagat and see what you got.
Yeah.
But and you know what? I have a feeling that your Sagat, your Cammy will beat. It's just a matter of, utilizing, the tools that you're given and learning. It always comes down to the same thing: learning the matchup, not just versus the character, but the person.
Yeah, definitely.
You play against me, I spam fireballs. You're going to get over them. You play somebody else that's always tiger kneeing or standing, the standing forward, and trying to chip me back, chip you back all the time. You got to try and make some distance between them. So I mean, it's a matter of causing you to think a little bit more than you would normally. Unlike games like Marvel, where it's all I got to do is I'm looking for that one hit.
Yeah.
I hit you with that one hit, and good night, it's over. So, I mean, I definitely
don't get hit.
And in theory, that sounds great, But eventually, somebody's got to get hit. I've never seen that. I've never seen it zero out. I've never seen it zero out or draw. Does it draw in Marvel?
No, not really.
That's rare. That's like almost never happen.
I don't think it's possible with all the characters.
Yeah, too many happy birthdays and all that bullshit.
What do you guys overall think about the other characters that have been added, like Poison, Hugo, Elena?
They're definitely gonna be used. Poison's like really solid. Relento's cheap as hell. I mean, they all bring something to the table, and I'm sure Kbrad, being he's played the game a little bit earlier than I did, would agree with that. They're all good, And I'm definitely gonna be picking up Poison. I know a lot of other people, like I talked to Fire, and I think like Alex Smith, like a lot of people are definitely gonna be picking her up and actually whatnot. And I'm definitely gonna be going back to playing Relento.
What about Hugo? How's Hugo?
I haven't played Hugo that much. Did you play Hugo at all, Kbrad?
Only I've watched Combo Fiend play him and stuff. He's super he's the different version, I think it's kind of cheap because I thought like when I told Combo, I was like, oh, why would you? Well, you got to give this character something to fight Sagat because Sagat destroys Zangief and T-Hawk. So I'm pretty sure as big as Hugo is, he's going to destroy Hugo. And then he was like, "Oh no, we can run a set. I'm about to show you." And yeah, I think he fights Sagat really well. Like he has like his punch where he like swings at you. It's like it hits Sagat crouching, and it takes away like he can be half screen and he can hit you. And then if Sagat throws the high tiger shots, he can jump full screen, like a little bit like step like a quarter from being full screen, and he could jump over your fireball and hit you from almost full screen. So it's like I think it's gonna be really a fun match watching Hugo versus Sagat.
Isn't there a video right now with Daigo using Hugo?
Oh yeah, somebody told me about that. I didn't see it yet.
Yeah, I didn't see anything, but yeah, something about came out.
I'm sure Daigo's gonna have grime like he used to. You know, I mean, he definitely. I definitely see him having some cheap ass get in block throws or whatever you guys call them, tick throws. I call them block throws. But you know, as far as Elena though, I don't know. I mean, my problem.
You don't think she's gonna be good?
No, that healing, man.
Healing done. Hide in the corner. Done. I win.
Good. Yeah.
People used to do that all day in Third Strike and stuff like that. Don't sleep on that.
Yeah, but you know, you got characters.
All you gotta do is zone them out, James. Healing done. Run to the other side of the screen. Just lame them out. That's it. Watch.
I don't know. I never liked her. I just never liked her, man.
Beats in my head.
All right, so KI. What kind of turnouts do we think we're going to see in Canada? Because the turnouts, you know, in the U.S., I'm not saying they're dismal, but they're not what they should be, in my opinion.
I'll be honest with you, I haven't run a KR tournament in Canada yet, in Toronto at least, because not everyone has Xbox One, to be honest. So,
how much is it up there?
$4.99, I believe.
Oh, so it's the same.
Yeah, it's the same. Yeah.
Oh, it's not Canadian dollar difference.
I believe so. They changed the PS3 price on us, so they added another $50. But yeah, other than that, it's gonna be the very first Killer Instinct tournament in Canada, in Toronto at least. So let's see what happens. I'm sure Justin Wong's, you know, gonna just.
You gotta watch out. Rico Suave brings it.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Rico Suave, believe it or not, CD Junior.
Is Rico going to Canada?
I've been hearing some rumblings from the Injustice players about him coming. So, and I believe the GGA guys are considering it as well. So I'm not really sure.
Oh, okay.
They haven't talked to me, that's for sure. So they're talking to somebody.
I'm not 100% sure what I want to do yet. When I told you, you know, like me and Patricia are most likely going to drive there.
Yeah.
And you know, we'll probably do the whole like get like two maybe three people from the area and just drive up with them. So I'm not sure yet.
Yeah, definitely, that's fine. We'll talk offline about that if anything.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you know if Altair might be making an appearance?
I don't think he's coming back because you guys.
Because you know he can collect $200 back.
No, that's the price of. I don't know. I don't even know why he paid $200 for that.
I mean, you know what the funniest part about that was? We go into the bar. It was myself, him, and this kid Claude Von Stroke, and I buy the first round. We just left the venue. It wasn't like we were out at another bar drinking. And he goes and he does his thing. And I go and I do my thing. And I come back and everybody's like, dude, have you seen Altair? And I'm going, oh, he went. You know, he had his beer and he went. So he turns around to me and he's like, yo, I've been drinking all day. I'm like, wait a second. We just got done with a tournament like 2 seconds ago. And you ain't had a drink the whole time. You had one beer. And he's like, He's like, dude, I got a problem. I'm like,
No, there's a punchline in this story, so you guys listen.
I'm like, dude. He's like, dude, I got a problem. I go, what? He goes, I paid $200 to get laid. I go, okay, that's not bad. He goes, but that was my $200 to get home. I go, well, you live in Canada. What's the big deal? He goes, I live in like northwest Canada. This is the east side of Canada. He's like, it's a 48-hour bus ride. So, you know, the name of the club was Diamonds.
Diamonds.
And Homeboy Tyson had written a song about him, which is Diamonds Are Forever. He actually did 2 of them, Canadian Swag. But and then after that, he never came back out again. I don't think, huh?
Yeah, because you guys murdered him about that.
You know, and I told him that was the worst part. Cause the first time, you know, my first dealings with him was he was going to beat me up.
He's so small. You're like twice his size.
But he told me he was like 6'5", like 280, and I'm looking around for this big motherfucker, and I'm like, damn, I gotta fight this motherfucker. And then Tim's like, out there he is, here he comes. And I'm looking, and I see him coming up the stairs, and he's walking with a shoebox over his head, and I'm like, damn, this motherfucker's small. I said, this guy is like really small. And I'm like, I'm not going to say nothing. I'm not going to say who I am. I'm not going to say nothing. I said, at this point, I was like, just let it go. So now we're sitting outside. Maxter and I are outside smoking a cigarette. And I go to get something to drink, a bag of milk. And I can't believe that, a bag of milk. And he goes up to Maxter, and he tells Maxter, is JamessMK going to kill me? And it just so happened to be I just started walking back up when I heard it, and I was like, nah, I'm not gonna kill you. In fact, let's go get a beer. And then I took him to go get the beer at the titty bar. So yeah, you know, you live, you learn.
But do you know how he got home, right? Remember
he sold his Xbox.
No, yeah, and I don't know who bought it. I believe it was either Zaf or Jer. But he sold his hitbox to them for $200. I don't know. I seriously, I don't know. I don't know what.
And it was like it wasn't even like a mega bus ride. It was like a 48-hour bus ride.
Yeah, I have no idea what happened. I was concentrated in the tournament. You guys had a lot of fun that night, that's for sure. So.
Yeah, it was definitely.
But if you do come back, James, so we'll go out again if anything. This time I'll come.
Yeah, you know what? It was. My problem is I always gotta rush because I don't get my Mondays off.
Yeah.
So it's like Sundays I'm like gotta go. So it's like and then of course Fridays I'm getting out of my joints at like 3, 4, 5 o'clock, and that was what, like a 8-hour or 9-hour drive?
9 hours.
Yeah, it was like a 9-hour drive. And then, of course, coming back, we got stopped by immigration. My boy CD Jr. had to mouth off to the immigration officer, tells him put his phone down. So he's talking on the phone. He says, put the phone down. He puts the phone down, picks it up 2 seconds later. The immigration officer says, didn't I just tell you to put your phone down? He said, yeah, but you told me then, not now. And the guy says, all right, everybody pull over. You're going inside. And he kept us there for like 2 hours. And then eventually let us go. But, you know, I think I might just fly it.
Kbrad, are you practicing something?
I'm playing Marvel.
Practice my loops.
I was like, you know, is everybody in the chat like, stop it!
Stop tapping.
So who is your Marvel team?
I don't know.
Trish.
I don't know what I want to play.
Trish, Wesker, Virgil.
Trish, Dante.
I was playing Trish, Dante, Virgil for the longest time, and then I was like, oh man, I can't keep doing this.
I don't know. I like I said, I tried it, and I found myself playing it like a 3 individual character game. rather than 3 unique characters combining shit. So I would go in with like Wolverine. I would do like, you know, whatever, 24 hit damage, and then like, all right, let me take my next guy in. And I would do something with him, but unfortunately he would get fucking his ass handed to him, and then I just gotta watch as him and the next guy jumping in would basically get violated, and then I would have Wolverine versus freaking 3 guys, and I'm going, this sucks. I can't plink. You know, I don't even know what the hell plinking is.
Blink dashing?
Yeah. You know, that's another thing that I don't like. Like, you could put that dashing as a button, and I'm like, you know, there's no conformity of rules, and we've talked about it on this show like numerous times. And I think all TO's got to come up with a set of concrete rules that everybody has to abide by. And obviously we know rule number 1 is take a fucking bath. I mean, as silly as it sounds, you know, it's something that's vital to making other people's tournament experiences pleasurable.
Did you just say what I heard? Did you say take a bath?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yo, shout out to hygiene.
You know, I mean, wait. Taking a bath and utilizing soap, because it's easy just to stand under the water.
In water.
Yeah, you gotta do both.
Because you can do, but it won't really do much. You actually have to get under the water and get clean.
I mean, I'd like to see players dress up better, to be honest.
That too.
You know, I mean, I'm not telling you, you know, to come in a fucking tuxedo, but like I've seen players like Rio, I've seen players like Maxter, Sanford, you know, come up in button downs, and you know, like you're repping something. And it just looks better for the scene overall. You know, I mean, I see guys that, you know, bring in. I mean, I'll use my boy Happy Medicine. You know, what's the singer he loves? This invisible singer.
The Miko girl.
Yeah, that Miko. He's like, yeah, I got my Miko in a box, and I'm like, what the fuck's a Miko in a box?
well, she's real now because she was on Spooky Stream.
What's that?
She's real now. You know, he's got a real life Miku.
Is there a real life one?
You ain't see the stream and stuff when she was like trolling Spooky, and surprisingly, Spooky actually had the patience of a saint. Like, you actually need to watch that clip. I have the show too. I'm sure Kbrad's seen it.
Wait.
She was like, she told Spooky, she was like, streaming isn't a real job or something. Like, she was going in on Spooky.
Wow.
She was trolling so hard.
Wait. So
you've never seen that one?
No. So this Miku is a real person now, or a troll?
Cosplay, yeah, like, you know.
Oh, a cosplay. Okay, big difference. I thought like somebody like actually popped the kid out and was like, you know what? We're gonna make our daughter look like this Miku.
But if there was one, she like looks like her.
Yeah. So is that where Happy Medicine's been chasing her around the world for the last? I haven't seen him around in a while.
I'm going back to work on photos. No comment.
He actually DQ'd himself to defend the North to go on a date, so I give him props. And he was in top 8 of Super Street Fighter. And he's like, "No, I'm going on a date." I was like, "You know what? Good for you." But you know, it's the mentality of the scene that's got to eventually. People have to sit down and say, what can we do to better it? You know, and obviously simple things is bathing, not stealing, because we all know it goes on. You know, it goes on in this scene. We can all lie to ourselves and say, oh, it only happens once in a blue moon. Once is enough. You know, I'll tell you right now, I want somebody to steal from me. Because I'll cut your fucking your hands off.
I know that about my iPad.
You know, I'll cut your hands off. Yeah, you iPad, right? You know, and same thing like, you know, the stereotyping. You know, Apex 2 years ago, things got stolen. Who were the first people they blamed? Corn. And I'm going, so the guys who have jobs that are responsible motherfuckers are going to go steal your $30 fucking iPod. You know, and when it wound up being, you know, the apologies, I don't know if the apologies came or not. But you know, there's got to be this fundamental rules, and it's got to go all the way up to Evo. It can't just go to, you know, East Coast, West Coast. Now, Russell, do you consider yourself East Coast or international, or?
Well, Road to Evo, we were considered international, but we're East Coast.
East Coast, exactly.
Yeah.
You know, so the East Coast can have their own set of rules, and then the West Coast have their own set of rules. There's got to be a concrete set of rules. Violence. Immediate ban from all tournaments, period. I don't care if Chris Bahn tells me he screwed my mother. If I hit him, I'm banned. That's it. You know, I mean, that whole sticks and stones breaks my bones. You know, I was reading off some of the Ask FM questions that I've been getting. You know, guys telling me, oh, I would screw your ex-wife. Okay, go ahead. Move to Ecuador, dumbass. She's all yours. Hope you speak Spanish, and I hope you like eating guinea pig, motherfucker. But, you know...
Is the violence thing happen all the time in U.S. tournaments? 'Cause I never had one in my
It
tournaments.
happens not too often, but it does. It does happen, and it doesn't happen in the event side of it. It happens at the after drinking parties mostly.
Oh, okay.
You know, and that's another thing. You know, I feel bad for TOs because, like, you know, I've gone to events where, you know, a 10-floor hotel and every floor smells like weed. And they're not stupid. And they're going to go to the TO and they're going to be like, yo, dude, you know, come on now, you know. We got airline pilots and people on vacation that are now high in their rooms because you got 900 kids smoking weed on the floors. You know, there's got to be a sense of responsibility. You know, everybody claims they want to be esports without the responsibility of acting like a professional.
Yeah.
You know, and I've said it and I'll say it again. There's no professional gamers in this scene whatsoever. None. You don't become a professional until you sit the bench and generate a paycheck. If you have to win an event to make money, you're a pool hustler. Nothing wrong with being a pool hustler, but you're not a pro. You know, when you look at NBA players or NFL, you know, the 167th draft for, you know, whatever, the Lakers, is never going to touch the field in the court in his entire life, but he makes $375,000 to sit the bench and and carry the spit bucket for other players.
I had a player from my first Toryuken, which is 2 years ago, who lost to Justin Wong, and he threw his stick and made a hole in the wall. Yeah, that was. Yeah, but see
so bad.
I don't know. He lost in Soul Calibur, and I guess he didn't think that he could lose to Justin Wong in Soul Calibur. You don't doubt Justin Wong in any game, guys.
You can lose to Justin in all games.
Yeah, don't doubt him. Like, literally, this guy was so confident.
Including Magical Drop.
Yeah, he was so confident. And he lost, and he just couldn't believe it, and he threw his stick and made a hole in the wall. And we kind of covered it. It was a Buffalo player, actually.
Yeah.
But see, now here's my take on that. What Sanford did, amazing. I love that he did it. I love the fire that brought out. Even your dude that did that. I mean, I would bang him for the price of the wall to get it fixed, but I'd be like, good shit, because you know what? Somebody like Kbrad, for example, you're playing against one of these little kids, little cocky son of a bitch, and he beats you. Now you got 3 or 4 controllers, like a baseball player. You got 3 or 4 bats. You get so pissed you smash your control, and you give a "what the fuck, you cocksucker." Do you not think that just got in his mind for the next match? That he's going, yo, I think this motherfucker might hit me.
I'm pretty sure people think about that.
And that's the psychological warfare part of gaming that's gone. You know, it is really gone. You don't have the Chinatown Fair or the Playland, you know, or any arcade, you know, wherever there was an arcade at the time. You don't have that mentality. Everybody wants, I want to press 9 buttons and do 98% damage. And it's like, you know, and I've said this, and I'll ask all three of you. Actually, no, because Chris will probably know this. What is the only truly balanced fighting game ever?
That throw a stick game.
I'm not saying anything. I'm not gonna say anything.
That throw a stick game is pretty balanced.
It's the only game, arcade and home version, that was truly the only balanced game.
Kbrad wasn't born yet.
How old are you, Kbrad?
All right. Oh, how old am I? 24.
Yeah, I don't think you were.
I was about to say Madden.
Which game?
Madden.
Karate Champ.
Yep.
Is that the one where the?
You had 4 sticks.
That's the original Ryu and Ken.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh man, I am old.
And you won, and instead of winning freaking money and shit like the points, you won chicks. You won geisha girls. Every match you won a geisha girl. You know, that was some OD shit. But it was the only true balanced arcade game.
But it's so hard. Then there's that judge is just like, I don't know where he wasn't thinking really. Like you hit him, but no.
No, he was fair. The judge was fair. Come on, don't be. I'm talking on a 2-player level.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
You know, 1-on-1. Yeah, he. You know, once you got up to like, you know, level 20 or something, you know, the computer did like 3-frame fucking jump kicks where you were still stuck doing, you know, 24 frames. But you know, you learned your ways around it. You know, you could do a lunge punch, and you would get it. But everybody had the same moves. The only difference was the color of the gi. You know, and that to me is where the gaming level has to go to be. I mean, I'm not saying Karate Champ, but to that level of fairness, because that's what people want. People are complaining that character X is better than character B, or you know, character C is better than character Y. I personally say if they want to go the route where everything's got to be the same, then make it all the same. I like the diversity. I like to see characters that, you know, make you work. I used Baraka in MK9 because everybody said he sucked. And people are like, oh, you're a Baraka fan? No. But all the other characters you would play against. I could go to a tournament and I was the only guy using Baraka. You know, and it was more rewarding when I won. And it also gives you the excuse when you lost, like, well, come on, it's Baraka. I shouldn't have gotten that far anyway. So you already got your pocket excuse. But you know, it needs, you know, games like Marvel, which, don't get me wrong, has a pretty big skill factor in it as well. But it's also this 50-50 stuff that, you know, you got to alleviate it. You got to make it where it's based off of skill. Look at a game of chess. There is no cheating. You both have the same pieces. You both can move your shit the same way. It's a matter of outthinking the other person. Now it's more of not outthinking them, but out-picking or counter-picking what they have. You know, and it's like what's Cammy's worst matchup, Ken?
Her worst match to me is probably Zangief.
Zangief?
Yeah, like, I honestly think that match is like getting closer and closer to even the more I play it. But Cammy really doesn't have any bad matchups. I used to think she did, but all of her matchups are like even, if not 5-5, then it's in her favor. So the only match I would say she probably loses is to Zangief, but I don't know, that's just me.
And then what would you say, like, Ryu? How many bad matchups does Ryu have?
Well, he loses to Cammy for one. Cammy, I think I don't know. Like honestly, I can't even like say anything about this just because of the fact that I was gonna say for the longest time I was like, okay, Fei Long beats Ryu, and then Daigo plays Fudo and Daigo destroys him. So is that more of like people don't know how to fight Fei Long, or Daigo is just that good that he makes the match look like it's in his favor? Because I swore that Fei Long destroyed that character.
And what do you think that is? I mean, not to put Daigo on blast, do you think it's Daigo? Do you think it is the character, or a
Honestly,
combination?
I don't know. I think it's Daigo, like because you don't see top tier characters like that get destroyed. Like you don't see like Fei Longs get destroyed by Ryu from anyone else except for Daigo. And you don't see half the stuff that you see from a Ryu player now. I don't know if it's like people can take what Daigo's doing and put it into their game, but I just think that he just knows so much of the game and he's just so smart and he just knows how to read people so well that it looks like his character's ridiculous. Like the same thing with Justin and Ricky. Like their characters are not good. Like Rufus is average to me. I think it's like mid tier, but they make him look like, oh, this match is winnable. Like even when Justin beats me, I think Cammy bodies Rufus, but when I play Justin, it's like super hard for me to beat him. So yeah.
I mean, do you think it's that he outthinks you? He memorizes your patterns and your style, and that's what it's doing it.
He definitely like outthinks me. That's number one, and then number two, he has a counter for like a lot of stuff that I do. So like sometimes when I like whiff a dive kick, he'll sweep it, or he like if he knows I'm about to leave the round, he'll meet like air to air me. Like there's a lot of stuff Justin does that he just knows me as a player. So I just gotta like change it up.
So your opinion in the United States, top 5 Street Fighter players, period.
Okay. Top 5 would be. I don't know the order, so I'm just gonna name 5 people. It would be Justin, Ricky, Eduardo, Kevin, Minion, and me and Chris will be tied for 5th. I can't really say who's better because Chris just hasn't been doing good lately in Street Fighter. I don't know what's been going on. I don't think he practices the game as much. I think he's practicing Marvel way more. But like the Chris that won the Fall Classic and the Chris that's been like bodying people, like I think that Chris, me and him are like tied for 5th. So as of right now, I would say I would probably take the last spot. But if Chris like gets back into it like he was like at the Fall Classic when he 6-0'd Justin, then he would take the last spot.
I mean, do you think there's any pocket characters that are like undiscovered like yet, or do you think everything like in MK? We always, we'll play our game and then we'll think, oh man, we got everything down, and we continue to repeat what we've learned, but never at that point try to experiment for something new. Do you think Street Fighter has run its course now with all the variations of is somebody going to have some kind of surprise thing to pull out their ass?
I think that personally, I mean, being other than yourself, I'm the oldest person who has played the game. I think that really what Street Fighter needs to do is evolve. I remember when I used to talk to a guy that I used to play in Chinatown Fair. I remember he had some really radical ideas. Actually, it was 2 people. But like this one guy inside, when he looked at it, he basically envisioned Street Fighter to really be more, I guess, more imaginative than the way it is now. You look at a lot of the characters, and there are a lot of the people that are highly based around like projectiles, like obviously Ryu. But there's a lot of cool fighting styles that are actually out there that you don't really get to see showcase and stuff like the way you would see it in Tekken. So I feel that they need to explore that a little bit more. Stop focusing on characters that solely need a projectile to win, because then it really forces characters to think more about thinking outside the box, focus more on footsies and stuff, and just being way more creative than what they've actually done. I think that's really essential with Street Fighter V to explore some of the more unique fighting styles that are out there and then base characters around that. I think if they do that, we can then come to see something that that really actually hasn't been done before, like on the Street Fighter universe, because most of the stuff is just solely based around like Shotokans. And I mean, that's all good and all, but I think that we need to have more of a refreshing character design for the game. And I think that's actually why they're not going to be rushing to do the 5th installment anytime soon. You know, they really need to. It's nice that they did the reboot, but I want to see them do something that's a combination of what they're doing with Street Fighter 4 and then kind of go back with what they did with like Third Strike and stuff. You know, that's what I want to see.
Well, I mean, if you look at games like KI, that's exactly what they did. You know, you look at, you know, Thunder is a grappler. Saberwolf is the, I ain't never played a fighter game in my life, so this is the idiot savant character. Jago's a little bit of a combination of keep back, get in your face. You got, what's his name? Spinal, which has he's a distance character, but then he has to collect in order to be able to get in on you. So there's such a variation.
Yeah, I mean, and for the people that are like, oh my god, the cartoon's so much stuff, it's like, yeah, I obviously know that now, like the newer iterations of stuff, it's just copy paste and shit. But I'm talking about when it first came out, it was basically what they were trying to do with KI and stuff. I'm not saying like I never said Tekken 6 or 7 and stuff. I'm just talking about this like Tekken just in general. When it was first introduced, you know, it actually, you know, a lot of stuff when it was originally introduced, like I felt that it was a bit of variety. Or like even with Soul Calibur when it first came out, like it was
Which
just
Tekken are you referring to? 3 or 4?
like you know, like I think like after 3, it just got stupid. You know, like then you started to see just like, oh, okay, let's just take this character, create it and stuff, and it's just like, oh yeah, it just became a hack, and that's very, very common. Like they did it with Soul Calibur. Like you're looking at it and it's like, oh, okay, here's this character, and it was actually annoying and stuff because people like damn, who's the person I used to use in Soul Calibur? Sung Mina. So Sung Mina was basically just somewhat of a clone of the main character and stuff that Kilik and whatnot. And it's like, okay, you know what? Like, make a freaking unique character. Don't just make a clone. Like introduce more stuff that makes that, you know, that stands out. And that's pretty much what they did when Ken and Ryu came out. Over time, they finally evolved. Ken and Ryu were finally 2 distinctive characters. But when that game first came out, no, it was just like, hi, I have a red gi, I have a white gi. And that's it. They were just clones.
Yeah, right. You had red hair.
And I really feel that I understand that from development costs and whatnot, it's a lot of work to basically be able to do that. So it's so easy to just go sit there, you know, change around the character design a little bit, you know, dye their hair and whatever, and it's like, great, now you got a new character. Like the Capri and stuff, it's like, obviously, yes, it's somewhat of a Kami clone, but they've introduced a combination of things because much like Seth, it's a variation stuff, but it's like what they did with that actually makes the character more unique in that respect. I mean, like the way they did like Weapon Master and Soul Calibur and stuff. But I really feel for 5, they actually need to try to go all out because it's like, okay, you know, the game's been around for like 2 decades. You really, really, really need to do something else and stuff that's going to keep people interested because if they just come in and just do the same thing you did before, yeah, obviously people are going to play it. But I think in order to be more accessible to people, they're going to have to think a little bit more outside the box, go to focus groups or whatever and say, look, what is it you guys want to see? And then being now that we have that accessible like vessel and stuff through Capcom Unity and whatnot, where, you know, now, you know, this is the first game, like, you know, like Hamilton and I, we were all like talking about this is actually the first game compared to any other game where normally Japan's like, we don't give a shit what the hell you guys think. You know, this is our game. This is how we're going to design. And now and stuff like Ultra actually represents the first thing where, you know, people from America or whatever and stuff, basically anything outside of Japan have direct input. And that's a powerful thing and stuff. But now they need to take that and they need to use that for the development for 5.
I mean, it's like you got to, you know, the one thing, and again, I'm not trying to compare Mortal Kombat to Street Fighter, but if you go from iteration from Mortal Kombat 1 all the way up to now, there's always been something so unique to the game that it literally altered the gameplay. Now, the 3D era was my... I didn't care about it. But, you know, it's... In order to make a game successful, you know, a lot of people take the attitude, if it ain't broke, don't touch it. Look at games like Madden, you know.
Madden's been out forever.
You know, Madden's been out forever. You update the roster. For the first couple of years, it was just name, roster changes, and schedules. That's it.
Yeah.
And then they decided to say, hey, if you're on a PC and you got a camera, you can take your picture and put it on the character in the game.
Well,
you know, it's like,
they had to do that because Joe Montana was ass.
yeah, but then they were like, after you do it once or twice, you're like, that's stupid. You know, it wasn't a feature that made people say, wow. And the key to these games is, you know, sell in versus sell through. You know, sell in is where they're making their money. They go to GameStop and they say, we got Street Fighter V. How many copies do you want of it? They're going to go to their buyers and they're going to say, well, they're talking about Street Fighter V. How many copies do we buy? You want to buy 1 million copies? Well, we bought, you know, Ultra 2, Ultra 3, Ultra 4, and we were only selling 15, 20,000. Let's cut the number down.
Right. I mean, what was really smart about when they did 4, because originally when they first did it, they were very, very secret about it. When they first showed those shots, I looked at it and I said, this is going to be terrible. Because it looked like, even though I know like guys like Min and stuff like actually love the EX series, like I actually used to play it for a while, but I didn't get it serious like the way him and Arturo did. But it was like, okay, you know what? Like,
hold on, Chris. Hold that thought. Russell, I'm going to let you get out of here because I know you got to split because it's already 12:15.
Yeah, thanks. I still have to work on a few Toriyukin stuff before I sleep. So, but guys, whoever viewers, May 16, May 18, catch us. We do monthly tournaments, twitch.tv/Toronto Top Tier. So keep an eye out for our major on May 16, May 18. And thank you, OBS, for having us. And Kbrad, I'll see you in a month.
All right, man.
All right, Russell.
Thanks, Chris. Thank you.
And Russell, you want to come on, just hit me up. I mean, because you got some time still, so.
Yeah,
whenever you want, get some of those Canadians to tell Kbrad he's getting fucking bodied.
I got some. I got some Canadian players for you next Tuesday. Okay.
You got it, man.
Thank you.
Did you grab that logo?
Yeah, I got the logo.
Okay, cool.
Like this, if you play.
All right, thank you guys.
All right, man.
And I was like, nah.
You know, and it's sad because, like I said, I'm sorry, I'm interrupting you. Go ahead.
No, so basically what I was saying and stuff was that, like you looked at that and it's like, okay, so you have this, you know, this Sweato, you know, 3D series, and then they introduced 4, and I was just like, man, it's gonna be 3D. I was like, I think this game's gonna be ass. And then they finally introduced, they show it. It's like, oh, it's got 3D characters and stuff, but they're in a 2D plane. And then you see them moving. I'm just like, okay, that's actually awesome because, you know, now the characters look more animated. And when I first saw it, I was like, you know, I really actually just wish they went back to more of a Guilty Gear type of style, like, because I just love 2D animation, like in general. I just wish that they would just go back to that. They definitely have the talent, you know, but like they've managed to actually make 4 work. Because I remember a lot of people, you know, Ono was saying, okay, we're gonna go with this type of style because we're focused on making them look kind of goofy at the expressions. Like you do the Ultra and the characters open their mouths like, oh, I'm gonna get fucked up, you know. But it works. It actually works. But I just really want to see them just be a little bit more ambitious this time around for 5. Obviously, yeah, people, you know, you can slap Street Fighter and stuff, and people just eat up because it's a Street Fighter. But I feel that if they're really trying to push units for 5, they got to be able to analyze everything they've done in the past 20 years and stuff like that. Really analyze their portfolio and say, what can we do that we haven't done so we can sell more? You know, I don't want them to take the lazy route. I remember when I did the interview with Lav.
I have the answer.
Huh?
I have the answer. Fatalities. You can rip Cammy's heart out.
That will make Kbrad sad.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
I gotta take another pill. Hold on.
all right. I'll finish talking to Kbrad. Kbrad, that riot party was insane.
Oh, the riot party was pretty sick, man. Shout out to all the riot.
Yeah, I wish we had that part where we're recording when all three of us were down, like dancing with AJ.
Oh yeah, that was pretty sick, dude. Can't wait.
Oh man, crystal method. That was too much. I can't wait until next year.
Oh, next year's gonna be dope.
Yeah, next year is going to be insane. I cannot wait for that. What I actually want to ask you, being we never actually, got to do an interview. Everyone was like, "Oh, where's your fighting game interviews?" And I was just like, "Yo, man, I'm trying to do like other stuff for extra right now. There's plenty of fighting games for that." But what I wanted to talk about just for the stream, in case they actually didn't watch it, was what your thought process was. Like I know we kind of talked about, but at least so they can hear it, was the part when your stick basically like failed, and then you were playing against man, I forgot his name. He's gonna kill me now. What's the name? Craig?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he was just like, yo, I'm taking this and stuff. So like, for people that actually didn't watch the stream for whatever reason, so like, what were you thinking about leading up to that when you finally had to go to the finals with Justin?
No, all I was thinking about was, first of all, I was pissed off because I was like, I can't believe the stick like crapped out on me. Like it paused like in the middle of it, and I told everybody, I said, there's no way for me to pause this game because the start and the back button is on the side of the stick. I know, like, there's no reason for me to ever hit that button. And on top of that, every time I play a match, I lock the start button so I will never pause it. So when it happened, they were asking him what's going on. He was like, "Oh, I'm taking the round or whatever." And I was like, "Okay, that's fine." I was like, "Just take the round." So I'm thinking in my head, "Okay, I got to play super solid now to win 2 straight rounds because I don't want to be down a game." So then we had to call AJ to make sure we got the okay that I could use a different stick because we're obligated to use the Razor sticks because we're sponsored by Razor. So I wanted to make sure I could use the other stick. We was able to use the other stick, so I played them and I won those 2 rounds, and then I was up to 1 game and I felt really relieved after that. So I was like, okay, good. And then that's when I felt a little relaxed. I felt a little relaxed when I won, and then I had to play Justin. But then I had to play Rico first.
I will say this, because like I said, and it's funny because people in the chat are like, "You watch Street Fighter?" But I will tell you, after that, you performed a home invasion on his ass. After that.
Yeah, where were you in the stream? In that audience, James, because I was on the stage.
I was gone. I told you I left that morning.
Oh, okay.
Because I went home to get these fucking ribs looked at. So I had ran out the door, but I was watching it on Twitch, on the app, going down 95.
Got you.
And I watched after that happened and all the hubbub. And I'm like, all right, we know the guy's going to say yes. Come on already. Why is this fucking thing being delayed so much? And then and the minute it started and it was like, okay, he got it. You came out on this fucking assault mode that I was just like, wow, was that like 9 seconds and he's dead?
Yeah, because I was mad. Not even mad at Craig, because me and Craig are good friends. Yeah. But I was mad at the fact that I was down a round. And I was like, oh my God, I'm handicapped. So I was thinking in my head, I don't even want to give him a chance to breathe, because of the fact that if I give him a chance to breathe, he's going to kill me because he's Viper. And Viper, Viper does the same thing that Cammy does. You get like, if she gets going, she's going to kill you. Yeah, so I was like, okay, I need to assert my dominance before he asserts his. So let me go in, and then after that, once I got the win, I was like, okay, great. All right, now I can like play a little bit.
I came back. You're like, yeah, he's dead. I'm like, what? I just got off the stage. What do you mean he's dead?
That's and then I could hear Combo Fiend's commentary too, right? So like, Combo Fiend's on the other wall, and all I hear Combo Fiend saying is, "Oh, this is so depressing. Kbrad's going to be down a game now because he's already down." He was trolling you. He was like, all Gridman has to do now is win 1 round, and Kbrad's already going to be down 1 game. And I was
just trying to get a rise out of you.
Yeah, I was like, oh crap, he's right. I am down in cave. Oh no! And then that's why I was like, oh, I'm about to go ham. I'm about to go ham on Craig.
Hey, hey, Kbrad, do you got the stream actually on?
Do I have the stream on?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Okay, so you're not watching the actual stream.
No.
All right. Well, there's this video that Smasher Zero sent me, and it's when you won SoCal Regional.
Yeah.
Devil May Spy. And I think that's isn't that Sven from Put That Back, that Kick Punch Block that you shake hands with, and then Devil May Spy kind of gives you the like, yo, my homie, and you just give him this look like, do I know?
You know, it's like the Obama. It's like that scene from when Obama is like shaking that white dude's hand, and then he goes, "Is my brother?" Like, I wish that part was playing because that's pretty much what Kbrad did.
Wait! What happened? He tried to shake my hand and I didn't shake his hand?
Yeah.
Dude. Oh my god! You know what's so crazy? When I won FCR, like I just wasn't even thinking. I just went and I smacked. Like everybody wanted to shake my hand, so I went. I was smacking hands. And I was shaking.
I actually put it in the message box too. You can check that out if you.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. Because like I didn't even know because it was a lot of people that were like trying to shake my hands and stuff. So I definitely was not trying to ignore him on purpose or anything.
But you made him have a sad face because he was like, he's all smiles. He's He's like, yo, that's my boy K. Brad.
Scumbag Kbrad. So terrible. And then that's the crazy thing too. You know, that's how like top players get like bad reps too, because people don't understand a lot of stuff is by accident. Like when people message us, or somebody like wants to talk to us or something, we don't intentionally try to disrespect you guys. It's like one of those things. Yeah, it's like I get a lot of messages about, hey Kbrad, can you give me tips on this? And I give like as much tips as I can for the time that I have. So, but you know, when I go to see Patricia in New Jersey, I don't want to be on my phone too much and all this other stuff. So if I don't get back to a person by like telling them they should be doing this in the match or they should be doing that. But when I'm at home, I always write. I go through all my messages and I write everyone and say, okay, you should be doing this in the match. You should be doing that in the match. But I feel like sometimes I might miss something, and then they're like, oh, that scumbag Kbrad. He said he was going to help me, and he never did. Like not knowing that I was like probably super busy.
This one that I'm going to put. I'm putting this one in the chat in our chat. That is my favorite one. And that's with Jazz. Me and Jazz were playing MK2. And
thanks, man.
And he got that look from Different Strokes of Willis. Oh, I'm gonna get it. And I just gave him the finger point like you're down. I mean, he has that look of why did this happen to me? I mean, that face is priceless.
Yo, did you blow it up in the chat?
Yeah. Can I blow it up bigger? No.
Yeah, you should too. Because right now the stream is covering it.
Yeah, the stream's got it. The stream's got it. The face is priceless. You know, and that's the thing. You know, he's more my age. I'll tell you something. With my little bit of a break that I'm taking, you know, I'm going to play some fucking games for a change. Because like I said, 2 years, 92 weeks of not being able to play a fucking game, man. And having the time to play.
Man. That's why I'm picking up Ultra, man. I'm like, yeah, I got to get back. Like I need that just as a balance. Like I enjoy taking photos now and doing video. But at the same time, like, you know, like, it's nice to be able to cheer Kbrad and everybody else actually on, but at the same time, I started in the scene as a competitor, you know. So I actually like that Jazz like took the time to repost the thing of Infiltration, even though I didn't be able to go as hard as I wanted to. But it's like I started as a competitor first. I didn't start out being like a personality and doing production and stuff. So I miss doing that, you know. In final round, I went in and stuff. When Larry didn't need me, I was like, look, I was like, Larry, if you need me, you know where to find me. I'll be in that arcade room. And like me and Baltimore Chung was going in there, and people were like, oh shit, I thought you was just a photographer. And I was like, no, I play, you know. And
Well, that was that was like with me when I first came back into the scene, and everybody was like, "Who is this loud old motherfucker? Call Chris Hansen." I'm like, really? And I don't go around. I'm not gonna go tooting my own horn or do anything.
Right.
I was a good player back in the day. I got older. Shit happens. But who just hit me up? Oh, Justin.
Justin coming
Wong.
on? That should be fun. Justin Wong.
But Jazz just gave that look. Jazz just gave me that look.
Hello.
Yo.
I was so happy I got that photo there. What's up, Justin?
Before we got Justin talking, since we've had the Kbrad Noel video, let's hit up the Justin Wong.
Yo, Jay, what you buy me for my birthday? Yo, Justin, don't play these games with me. You said nothing. What you mean? You gonna be in New York on my birthday?
What's up, guys?
Let the
Justin
video
Wong
play
here,
because like they playing
and
it.
I'm here to give you a special announcement.
okay.
I'll be coming to Toryukin 3. Pretty much, I'm going to expose all the frauds, or maybe get exposed myself. So for more information about Toryukin 3, check the link up there, or if you guys want to pre-register, check the link over there. But other than that, see you guys soon, and I'm glad to be coming back.
Now, my question to Justin: are you going to play Injustice
When?
for MLG?
I want to be honest.
Who's feeding back?
It's probably Mike.
It's you, yeah.
Is it me?
Mute your mics. 1, 2, 3. Somebody's feeding back. It's Justin.
Me?
Yeah, you're feeding back a little bit. But do you find yourself playing Injustice, chasing that MLG money? That Boku $7,500?
Talking to people about it. So pretty much, obviously, like there's not a lot of time. So I think I'm gonna just learn, like the top tier characters or anything, and just try to learn the game first. And hopefully, MLG will just keep picking it up.
I want you to win. I want you to. The NRS community has stabbed me in the back and called me every possible word that hurt my feelings. I sit in my bedroom at night with the lights out and candles lit, and I cry.
It hurt your feelings?
I do. You know what? Just because I go around saying fuck this, fuck that, it doesn't mean I don't have feelings. And they hurt them, and I need you to vindicate me, man. I want you to win every MLG event for Killer Instinct and for Injustice.
Okay, KI is definitely gonna be the main game that I want to practice first. Just like get a lot better at. But then also, like when Mike Infinite comes over, he always wants to play Injustice, and I always play with him, even though I don't know what I'm doing, and I still body him. So I'm pretty sure I already understand the game. I watch the game a lot. It's a very fun spectating game to watch, especially in the tournaments. So it's just that playing is the only thing that I have to do.
Now let me ask you your personal opinion of the game overall, as far as mechanics goes versus speed, compared to other titles that are out there.
The only thing I don't like about the game is that it's very commitment based. Obviously, like if you land a jump in or they block or hit, you always have to commit to it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I don't like about the game. just because like in Street Fighter, like if someone blocks a jump fierce, you're not supposed to do crouching fierce. Sure, you can hit or block. You just get punished for it. But in Injustice, it seems like it's always the good combo starter and the good block starter, regardless.
Can you play footsies in Injustice?
Some characters you can, like Superman could do it. Like KDZ was the prime example of what he did to Sonic Fox at Winter Brawl. It was straight footsies all day with that 4-2-3 move.
So do you think, as far as characters, you have any idea of who you're gonna use, or you don't want to disclose?
Nah, I'm gonna buy the DLC duo right there, man. Martian Manhunter and Batgirl.
What about
Such a scumbag, dude. Yo, can you play Martian Manhunter and I'll play Batman?
Why can't I play both?
No, you're not playing both. You have to pick one. And Martian Manhunter.
You gotta get the lame stuff and the cheap stuff.
You don't play like the cheap stuff. You just play lame.
I can play the cheap stuff. You just don't know me back then.
Nah, man.
Yo, you should see him play Third Strike. You don't know what lame is.
Yeah, no. That's what he does. He's the lame.
I know that.
Chun-Li's pretty scumbag though in Third Strike. So
I know. Shut your mouth. I know that.
So
I know you know, Chris. Don't worry.
He is lame.
Everybody knows.
He came from the capital of lameness.
Yeah, so I'm gonna.
We taught him that. We created a monster.
I'm playing Batgirl and Wonder Woman. What up?
Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
That character exists.
I'll pick the double deal.
But she whips you though. She got a whip.
That's what you like? You like whips?
Yeah,
I mean, she's a good character.
What?
I mean, look, Shazam just won. Texas,
that never happened. That did not happen.
I don't believe that. I don't believe Shazam wins in that game.
Shazam.
I mean, like the game definitely has evolved from the last patch, compared to the Superman Fest and everything, Superman Black Adam Fest or whatever. A lot more characters are definitely more used, but when it comes down to it, top tiers will always be top tiers and still rule the world.
So give me some suggestions for my newfound Rufus.
Well, first, if you're talking about AE, you should play. If anything, if you don't pick a dive character, you might as well play Cammy. You know what I mean?
I don't want Cammy. Fuck that bitch.
Why you talking about?
I don't like chicks in camo. I like big dudes that can double arm smash you up into the air and do some cool shit. I don't like these.
I'm not gonna lie.
Characters.
Watching the Ultra trailer today that Event House posted, the Hugo breakdown video that Daigo did, it actually makes Hugo look really sick.
I had a feeling Hugo's gonna be fucking some grimy shit, just like old Hugo.
Is Hugo gonna be like the new big character you think over Zangief?
Yes. I actually think Hugo is gonna be the new big character, but also he's gonna be more mobile because of the amount of throws he can do.
Could we see a Snake Eyes switch?
It's possible because
Snake Eyes is most definitely going to switch.
Make Hallie have mercy on their soul.
I think Snake Eyes is going to switch for sure. I don't think Zangief's that good anymore.
So, what's your opinion on the like what we were saying earlier on the edition select? Let it rock or not, or too early?
I think it's too early. Just because if people are going to consider this as a world game, they should let Ultra rock first, because obviously like the arcades in Asia, you're going to be using Ultra, and I don't think Capcom's going to make a patch for Edition Select and arcades for people to be able to play that mode. So maybe in a couple years, I think Edition Select could be tournament standard if Capcom doesn't do another game or another patch or anything.
And as you say, a couple of years, how long do you think we're going to be waiting before we actually see a Street Fighter V? And do you think it's going to get the dramatic differences, or do you feel it's going to be a decent amount of differences, but you're still going to be able to find remnants of the last 4 patches?
I think it depends, because if what they're saying is true, that they're in negotiation with Tencent Holdings, because Tencent Holdings is a pretty pretty good Chinese company. You know, shouts to China. So if they can get that, then a lot more things can happen because Capcom's pretty much broke. You know.
Yeah. Now, let me ask you this: what do you attribute that to? Besides the obvious of poor sales, do you think it's because Street Fighter obviously is their selling point? They haven't done the Mega Mans. The Resident Evils haven't been doing that good. The Devils did good for a while. It kind of, a lot of these development houses seem that they've fallen under the Acclaim syndrome, which is pumping out crap, and after a while, people just smarten up.
Well, the thing is, I think it's really comes down to I think it's Japan's fault, like Capcom Japan, because the way they think that they can make money is very successful in Japan, but it does not mean that every other country will follow suit and just throw money at the company. So because of their advertising in other companies, it's not that good.
Well, what do you think the difference? Like, what is their model as far as selling in Japan compared to America?
Selling some cutesy shit. That, like, you know, like American, we like obviously like anime is strong, right? Like, you know, in Japan they like all like the cutesy girly voiced anime shit. But in America, we got the X-Men, we got the Avengers. Those are manly characters. We want manly shit.
Yeah. I really, you know, and it's funny because, you know, I act like a porn star, but reality is I don't need or want to see a girl scantily dressed in any fighting game.
Yeah.
I want guys versus guys, and girls are going to be like, "Whoa, but what about?" I don't care. If you want to take out Cammy, bye-bye Cammy, bye-bye the Kbrad, whatever the hell her name is. Goodbye, Sakura, goodbye, poor little Chun-Li. You know what?
Hey,
go be a detective somewhere else or whatever you do.
Chun-Li is the first lady. Chun-Li is the first lady. What's wrong with you?
Gone.
Damn.
Gone.
No way.
I would rather see a fighting game that has just guys, but then again, of course, because let's be real.
Yeah, that was called Ninja Turtles.
But reality is this: those girl characters have not sold a significant amount of characters for Capcom, or games for Capcom. Not many people are going to go out and go, "Oh my God, I got to buy this because Chun-Li's in it." Now it happens, of course. I'm not saying no chance, but it's typically Ryu, Ken, Guile, everybody else after.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and if they focus more on, you know, like I said earlier, less characters, more content, I think you'll wind up seeing an increase in sale, better players overall, because now Justin's not going to play 5 characters. He's going to play all 12. You know? Like, if you go to Championship Edition, what character did you not use?
Championship Edition, you only want to play Bison or Guile, man.
But I'm saying, what character could you not play?
I think I was too young in that game. The first Street Fighter I ever played was probably Hyper Fighting. But like, yeah, but when I was young, like if that's the first thing, like I was a scrub. All I did was hold back 2 seconds and then Cycle Crusher full screen, and I thought it was good. But you know, like after I learned how to play, I did go back playing a lot of ST. But like it's just the general concept of knowing how to play the characters, but that doesn't mean I can win a tournament with the character.
I mean, did you play characters to learn them? Play a character to learn the match up against them?
Before there was training mode, you know, there was consoles. I always played in the arcade and just played the character and try to beat the game with them and learn that way first. Then there'll be random people challenging me, and then try to do my best there.
Service credit switches, or actually had to pay?
I actually had to pay. But this is before I became Hollywood in the arcade, you know.
Yeah, Sam didn't put anything on free play.
You know, I mean, but like, I mean, I look at, like I said, and then again, I look at games like Marvel. How many characters are in it?
Over 50.
You know, I mean, I see characters that I don't even know who the hell they're called, and I thought I knew Marvel. I mean,
Wait, I'm sorry. Marvel has maybe 5 characters in it. My bad. My bad. I got to correct myself on that one. Maybe 6. Maybe 6.
Nah, it has at least 10 to 12.
Yeah, but overall,
Overall, I think it's like 51. It's way too many, in my opinion.
you know, Mortal Kombat just as guilty. You don't need, you know, and the amount that you save, you know, somewhere along the line, game developers felt more equals better. But no, more means the time you would have focused on character A, now you got to focus on A, B, and C. So A is getting fucked just a little bit, and B and C are going to get something, but they might get something good, they might not. Where you could put more time and focus into the actual gameplay, you're not getting that. And that's because as gamers, we've now gotten to the point where, like I said earlier, I want to hit you once and watch you die. And you're going to see that. You're going to see, you know, just absolute blowouts. You know, and unless these companies start to go back, it goes hand in hand with the 3D era. You know, how did Street Fighter 3D games do?
Ass.
Oh god.
How did the Mortal Kombat 3D games go?
Ass. No, but when the Mortal Kombat 4 they picked up the weapons, that was kind of cool though.
Yeah, maximum damage. Two rocks and a hammer. Maximum damage 92%. But the point was that you earned your wins. You know, in the long term, you actually had to do things. Now, playing Mortal Kombat 2 is a perfect example. If you jump at me, I call it Daigo syndrome, because if you jump at me, I can roundhouse you every time. In a fighting game, if I'm playing Justin just for shits and giggles, there's no money on the line, we're just playing, and you roundhouse me 9 times in a row when we're really trying to learn something, I'm gonna be like, yo, dude, what the fuck, really? And you're gonna say, well, you shouldn't jump. I said, but I'm trying to learn to get in on that jump. There's gotta be a way, whether it's a deep kick or a shorter kick, you know, there's gotta be a way. Street Fighter with the cross-ups, it was the same thing. You know, it was hit and miss. In fact, I was watching, who was the man? I think it was Wtih. And Rufus was crossing you. Actually, no, it was Cammy crossed you up, and I was like, wow, he's gonna blow him up. And you actually got out of it, and I was like, what the fuck, man? You know, I thought you had it. That's where the level of skill is being able to get out of those situations. But the fact that you're put into those situations so much, so easily now, kind of takes it away as far as, you know, and again, I'm not saying the skill factor, but the guessing, the competitiveness. It's no longer competitive. It's I know if you do this, I have to do this. If you do this, I have to do this. There's no free thinking. Now, I don't know, Justin, do you do the whole frame thing?
I think Justin's gonna be right back. I think you said in the chat.
Yeah, because I wanted to actually get Justin's opinion, like as far as, and actually, so since Justin's away, Kbrad, in your honest opinion, what do you think about vortexes and option and proximity selects?
Okay, proximity option selects, like, it's whatever to me, just because of the fact that no one has shown that they can constantly do it in tournament and win with it. So until like it got to the point where someone could always pull that off, and then I'll be like, oh, okay, it's a problem. But vortex, a lot of vortex in the game can easily be dealt with. Like even like when you watch me versus Justin, like Justin tries a whole bunch of different things to get out of my vortex. Like he either he'll hold up so he can like get an air reset, so like he'll get hit with the jump short, but he's out of the vortex, or he'll like focus backdash, or he'll like wake up with a move that like some air. There's a whole bunch of stuff that you can do to deal with vortex, but I feel like vortex is like super strong in this version. Like compared to all the other versions, this version's vortex is like ridiculously overpowered. So I feel like vortex needs to be nerfed like somewhat. I don't feel like it should be like killed completely, but the vortex is like super strong in this version.
It's pretty much the evolution of the original cross-ups. It's just that now it's just like it's like me personally, just because I'm just so much of a traditionalist. Like I just hate the whole 50-50 guessing. Like I hate that shit. You know, I understand like for most of you guys high level competitors, like, which is why I need to watch them more. But just the whole throwback to what it evolved from, like I just hate it and stuff. Like I just feel like I shouldn't need a game to choose for me and stuff. Like I want to execute that myself, not to basically like, well, if I hit these buttons, which honestly is funny and stuff, because I remember back then when I used to watch Troy and Wtih like play, they would hit multiple buttons and stuff, and it was like, why are you doing it? And it's like, oh, because like the game would basically like you're guaranteed to get an input, and that's kind of really what it stemmed from. You know, now they just like, okay, well, we'll just put that in there, and now the game just picks for you.
Yeah, like it's bad. Like Vortex is super like how strong it is ridiculous. So I feel like a nerf is like necessary, but I feel like it's nerf too hard.
Yeah, is Justin back now?
I don't think so.
He's probably working on getting your birthday present.
Oh yeah, he better be working on that.
Oh man, but we were talking. Like I actually was talking with Rob Paul when we were both on the stage and stuff, and like even though I was mostly trying to focus on getting the crowd shots, like every now and then I would look, and I was just like, even from the reaction to the crowd, I was just like, yo, that finals is actually like, it was way more interesting than what I thought it was gonna actually be, because I was like, oh, okay, well, it's gonna be like, and it wasn't like I thought the adjustments was just gonna come in like straight up bother you, but it was just like, okay, you know, they're gonna go in there. I didn't expect it to be as intense as it was.
What place, what place did you wind up taking, Chris?
Wait, what happened?
What place did you wind up taking? Because you were doing good.
Oh, no, you know what actually happened? I got back traffic. So, I was actually supposed to be in a block because I would have ended up going against the guy from Maine, Antonio. He's actually one of my good friends. So, I checked there, and because I didn't have Combo Fiend or Haunt's number, I ended up getting DQ'd. So I was actually kind of salty about that, because if I would have actually taken out Antonio and like probably like another dude, I probably had to go up, then I would have ended up on the string with them. So you know that would have been cool. I mean, even though I've been like from Evo, but like when that actually happened, like I was a little disappointed. But at the same time, like it worked itself out, because like Sissy from Capcom actually came to me and she says like, hey. Like they gave me the opportunity to shoot with Rob, and you know, like, and I was like really happy about that, because you know I'm still like a fan of Capcom, so like I took that as like, okay, you know, it is what it is. It's meant to be, so to do this. So you know, but yeah, at the same time, I did want to compete.
All right, without naming Street Fighter or fighting games in general, what is your favorite Capcom game?
Mega Man.
Which one?
First one.
All right. Good.
That's actually why he's also like, I went back to throw back. That's why he's on the business cards.
I respect that.
Mega Man 1. That's my character. Like I know I had the X version of it and stuff, but it's just, I just like the character design. But it's definitely Mega Man.
Yeah, Mega Man 1 was hands down the funnest
my mom
game.
bought that for me and stuff. So that's another thing and stuff. Like, you know, it's just like sentimental. She like when Capcom, before Capcom became like really who they were, because it was like there was Bahn and Commando, there was Section Z, and I remember when they threw out Mega Man, and all my friends was like, Mega Man, like what the hell is this? Because they had that shitty ass box art. Yeah. And I remember when I played that game, and they had that music from Cutman, and I was like, this music is actually kind of cool. You know, and I sat there and I started playing it, and I was like, yo, like you beat these characters, and then you get their weapons, and then you have to like strategically use like choose an order to go through it. Like I just thought that was so creative. Like,
yeah, I thought it was really top notch the way they designed that game. Because I remember, I forgot if it was Electric Man that was the first one that was a pain in the ass.
Yeah, well, Cutman was actually, I felt, was just as annoying.
Cutman was bullets.
Yeah, but Elecman and stuff, and then obviously you get the Eggman. Like I actually died so many times when I got the Eggman, because back then for some reason like my execution in terms of those jumps like just sucked. So I hella died like all the time. I was just like, fuck, man. I was like, every time I would get actually right there. Like it was easy for me to kill Dr. Wily, but every time I got the Eggman, yeah, he just bodied me.
When you call me Eggman, you talk about the orange dude.
It was like that. Yeah, it was like
I call him the Frankenstein from Bugs Bunny.
Yeah, he was like Cyclops and stuff. And like every time I got up to that guy, so it was like, damn, man, like I can't beat this dude, you know. But then as I got like over time, I got a little bit older. I went back and I played that game. And I was like, damn,
you learned to jump.
I was like, he's a joke.
Yeah, it was. I'll tell you, for me, that was one of the games that was side-scrolling shooters that had the most replay value for me.
Yeah.
Because usually I would play something like Contra, finish it once and you're done.
I do wish they did Section Z. Like, I really wish that. I love that they brought back Trial, but I thought that Section Z was actually a pretty cool game. It was actually one of those sleeper games that never got a lot of burn. But like, if they actually made it,
that was like Muscle.
Yeah, it was a space. It was like had a space theme.
Muscle was one of those games that you're like, it was wrestling, but it was those plastic characters, and you were like, that's gonna suck, and it wound up being awesome.
Yeah, man. Like Capcom actually had a pretty cool portfolio after back then. Their box art sucked, but you know, but the games were cool.
Yeah,
they definitely have come a long way. So yeah, that's it's funny. Like I actually had that in the car. Like I was giving out the packs, and people they sit there and they double take it because most people, when you look at the business card, they're just like you just see a name, stuff like that. So when they see that, it's like wow, they see a real fan. It's got Hamid, even though there's a lot of things about Capcom that annoy me, I'm still a Capcom fan. So that's my way of giving how much to them, how much of a fan I am, and stuff like that. I'm gonna represent them by having Mega Man on it.
Yeah, Mega Man 2, once they started introducing the dog and all that shit, it started to slowly lose me.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I really would like to see them go back to a lot of those games. Like I know Mega Man Legends was cool, which sadly I never really got into it and stuff. But like those were games that it was cool and stuff. And it sucks that unfortunately with the whole license they're going back to it. But now that they're going to be doing like this kind of spiritual successor to it, I'm like really excited when it comes out for Xbox One.
I mean, I've been getting, like I said, Joey Baines, OBS Joey Baines and me, we go into the Xbox arcade, the game room, and there's a lot of classic shit there, and that's like, wow, you know what?
One, seriously.
And it's sad because the shit like that don't port over, and you're like, why would you not?
Right.
It's dirt cheap. It's whatever, $3 for a game.
Yeah, that's a perfect segue into PAX. Like when I was there, unfortunately, as you know, there was only like 3 people from PTB, and when next year and stuff, we should have more people. But like I was telling Dayasha, I was like, look, when we're here, I was like, I really want to hit up a lot of indie guys and stuff because like they no disrespect to like the major people, but in my opinion, they actually have a lot more heart and imagination with their games. And there's a lot of good stuff that's actually out there. That's why I'm like pissed off at Nintendo and stuff because Nintendo's like dropping the ball off that. They could actually just like pick up such a strong portfolio of games just solely from the independent people. Yeah. So, when I was like doing stuff like after as you know and stuff, I basically from 12 o'clock pretty much to closing, I was doing a Capcom thing. Like I was actually supposed to go to 2 appointments, and I politely like kind of blew them off. I says, I'm sorry. I says, I was asked to basically do this about Capcom. And and that's what I'm going to do and stuff, for multiple business reasons. So, like after I did it, I was like, I said, okay, I still need to go see the independent people. So I just went to a lot of people, which a lot of stuff they were introducing was on mobile games. But that's really all I have time for now. I still need to go back and finish up with Metal Gear Solid. But I just saw so many cool games that were coming out for like PC and mobile and the console, and it's just like, damn, man, these things are really really cool. And I was like this year especially. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, I think PAX is kind of weak. But, like, I actually thought it was good because it allowed the indies to really shine this year. Like, they came out in full force. So, if anyone didn't go to the Mega Booth, and you missed out on a lot of stuff. You just spend time just going and checking out, like, Ubisoft and Bethesda and stuff like that. And then you missed out on, like, smorgasbord of stuff. Because there was a lot of good content that was coming in. I didn't even get to see it all.
Yeah, I mean, I like I said, I hit a lot of the classic shit.
I
just wish I had more time. What's that?
I was telling Kbrad to, like mute his mic and stuff while he's hitting his ball.
I wound up hitting, a lot of the classic stuff. What was funny was, apparently I came to the acclaim section of people playing Genesis titles, and of course they were playing MK2, and they were playing NBA Jam, and I played a guy in NBA Jam, turned tournament mode off, picked Isaiah Thomas, and beat him by 85 points.
Right. Yeah, I remember are we supposed to play NBA Jam?
Yes. Then on top of that, they were playing MK, but they were playing it on the 6 button, but they didn't have it set up for the 6 button. So it was that you got to hit start to switch between low punch and high punch, which was annoying, but I managed to friendship everybody with that too. And I was amazed that I could still remember half the shit that I could. I mean, Turok, I ain't got much memory left of it. That was because that was on my way out the door. But I mean, I had my record. I have an actual record in NBA Jam, but they took my head out.
Yeah, I used to actually do, like, at least for my area, there were a couple people, like, they swore they were like the best thing that freaking like was on the block. And I remember, like, it used to, for a while, like, I actually was doing at the time, I was like so good that I was able to actually like body, like, there'd be like 2 people. I remember going down to Playland, and there was just people, and they swore they were like the shit. And I came in there, I was actually with my dad, and I was going in there, and I just pretty much just ran like the whole train on them. And it was like, we can't beat this guy. They were mad because they were trying to say I was playing cheap, because actually back then, if you wanted to get the ball, you had to like push people. So they were just like, oh, like, you're being cheap. And I was like, oh, like, that's the game. That's kind of like you telling me, oh, I shouldn't throw because you want to defend all day.
This ain't the NBA. It's
NBA exactly.
Jam.
Yeah, it's like, this is NBA Jam. Like, if you want to play NBA, you can go play that game actually over there that just says NBA Ballers or something like that or whatever. But I was like, this is NBA Jam, so you're going to get bushed.
One of the games that I had the most fun winning was Revolution X with Aerosmith.
I know what that was, but I never played it.
I had the world record, but of course it wasn't certified by Guinness. But what happened was there's a part in the game for anybody out there that has it. Before you actually start going into the strip club and the band members start getting taken away, there's a part where there's a wall and there's a black cat that walks across. If you shoot the cat 9 times, you take all 9 of his lives. If you take him out with the last shot with a missile, the character Trog comes out. And the character Trog was like 15 million points for every time you hit him. So when I did the tournament, the nearest guy was like 60 million underneath me or some shit like that. And I knew all the secrets at the time. I used to free all the girls that were locked up in the stripper boxes.
The 99 virgins.
I figured out how to call Ed Boon on the phone, which had the pay phone. If you hit the bone right, you would call him up. Right. I loved that game. I really liked the shooting games back then.
Yeah, me too. I used to
Terminator 2.
Did you ever play Lords of Thunder?
Which one?
It was called Lords of Thunder.
Yes.
Yeah, that was like awesome because they actually had like such godlike music actually back then, and this is actually when I was just starting to kind of get into like rock music, and like for that time it was unprecedented. I was like, why is this game so OD with this rock music? And like they had that, and they have Light Force and Gradius like on the Nintendo, and I was just like I was hardcore into those games, and it sucks that they don't make shit like that anymore. Like the genre just eventually just kind of like fell off.
Yeah, it was. You know what it is? The arcade. The problem with the arcade scene was they were trying to compete with the internet. Right. They were the originators of, well, not the originators, but they were trying to reinvent online through arcades. Right. With UMK, WaveNet, which basically ran off of 2 bonded ISDN lines. But now who do you tell has to pay the bill? Because at that time, in and out, it was a call,
Right.
So you're running an arcade, you buy this cabinet, and they're going to tell you for as many people that play online, it's costing you more than just the 50 cents or the 75 cents that you would actually be paying, because you're now paying for the line charges.
Yeah.
And it's still incorporated lag, because if you got a dirty circuit somewhere, you would get your lag and whatnot. What the hell was that?
I don't know.
I think that was Justin.
But what wound up happening was it died because the PC online started to really excel.
Yeah. Freaking PC games are insane.
The Command and Conquers, the Call of Duties, the Red Alerts, even Flight Simulator. Microsoft Flight Simulator, they made it online. Your ass could be passing each other in planes and crash into the other guy.
Yep.
So, what wound up happening was as technology grew on, and now you look at it now, and the rest of the country is not up to speed with the major cities. I mean, Google threw in, what was it, St. Louis?
Mm-hmm.
All the Google fiber to everybody's house.
Yes, please bring Google fiber to me.
But it never will. It never will.
I know. There's you're not in the metropolitan area, get bodied.
And not gonna. And I mean, look. I got regular cable modem. I turned off the Ustream today. I'm getting 168 down and about 125 up with cable.
Right.
Where everybody was like, "That's impossible."
I'm so jealous of that.
Yeah,
cable.
And it's funny too, because especially as far as online, I'm actually pissed off. I understand that Japan and stuff is a much smaller continent and stuff like that, but it sucks when you think about X-Men, which is actually when I started. That's the backline when Jabali and all them actually used to play on that. And now you look at Xbox Live, and then it's damn, the netcode is still, in so many ways, it's still ass and stuff. It's when they had X-Men on Nintendo and the Genesis, I remember back then, if you wanted to talk to someone, because back then they didn't have the party chat and all that, you literally just picked up the phone. There was actually a trick that we figured out. If I wanted to call Kbrad and Kbrad was in Florida, instead of actually have to call him, I could basically just pick up the phone while I was on the connection and I'd just talk to him.
Yeah, see, I'm lagging. I'm looking at my connection right now. I'm looking at my connection right now because I guess maybe the time of night, and I'm getting 116 down, and I'm getting about 35 up.
116 down.
And I'm lagging.
Are you plugged straight into your router, or do you use the router wireless?
And that's through the router.
That's ridiculous.
So if I go outside the router, I'm guaranteed to pick up another 20 down and another 20 up.
The speed that I get here is basically what you're getting is the equivalent of what I'm getting here. When I tell people that I get like 58 to 60, that's our version of what you have out there, because they'd be like, "What? I'm not getting that speed." I'm like, "Yeah, well, I do." I would never get that type of speed up here.
And it's I want to, and I apologize to the Ustream fans. I'm going to keep that channel open. As soon as I get better, that is where I do want to keep episode 49, and I do want to run it there, and I do want to do it as a learning experience. I would love to have somebody like James Chen come and listen with us and commentate and critique, just to get other opinions. This scene as a whole is so clusterfucked with everybody's egos that nobody says your ego is an opinion.
Yeah, we kind of, I forgot who I was talking to and stuff, but that seems to be, what's up, Justin? That's pretty much a general consensus. It was funny. You talk about throwbacks. Justin, Kbrad, and I we were with a couple people, and it was just really cool when we had actually did that because it was just a nice throwback. Like I kept telling Justin because I like nostalgic like that. I said, dude, this feels just like Chinatown Fair because we were actually there eating, and like the person that was actually serving us, like she was just so mad at us because like we were in there all making noise, and they was like, look, shut up and stuff. And he's like, we're gonna get kicked out, and I was like, yo, this is just like Chinatown Fair. Like we would sit there like Friday, and then we had an arcade owner. Like we always would stay until like the very end. He'd be like, "Last game, closing now," and stuff like that. And we'd literally, it'd be like 30 of us. Like,
whoa, what the hell is that?
Robert, ni hao, you're feeding back, man.
Yeah, lower
I'm feeding back. Hold on one second.
Yeah. All right, you got better a little bit.
It was just like awesome and stuff. And one of the things that I really like compared to like now, like obviously like people are close. Like Justin's close with Kbrad and stuff. I'm close with Kbrad and actually whatnot. But in my opinion, in a lot of ways, I felt the camaraderie was a lot closer back then than the way it is now. I feel that to a degree that we still have a lot more clicks now than we did back then. You know, and I know it sounds corny and stuff that I know that in some ways some of those things are not going to come back, but I really think it's stuff that we don't really have time and stuff for that type of nonsense and stuff like that. I feel that when the clicks are not in the equation and we're just all focused on the same goal, like what do you think about esports or whatever, it's just so much more fun for everybody and stuff. Instead of people just saying, "Oh, nah, we're not going to roll with you for whatever the reason is." I really like to see more camaraderie.
There's gotta be. It's funny because when the show started, it was like pulling teeth to get somebody like maybe Justin or Kbrad, and as time's gone on, I think it's a combination of PlayStation 4 and Xbox's Twitch versions of people getting naked, running around and playing with their girlfriends and wives live on video, that maybe they were like, hey, the show's not as bad as it was. They gave me the ground rules. I said, calm down, a couple of things, which weren't unreasonable. I told them, I said, listen, I'm not out there, saying, yo, nigga this, yo, nigga that, yo, nigga this. I said, that's not me. That was CD Jr. But I've always been a straight shooter. Sometimes I'll say something, and it hurts. It hurts the other person. But it's not intended to, hurt them and make them, say, oh, this guy's just a mean son of a bitch. Wow, somebody getting beat up over there?
Kbrad beating them with buttons.
What?
So, it's like what winds up happening is the cliques that form are very, they call Justin and the EG guys, and I guess now Kbrad is like, I guess you're like maybe one of the Wonder Twins, but because you haven't graduated to an actual Superman yet, because you're the new guy on the block, but you're part of the Super Friends. And the fact is, in a month or two, you become a Super Friend, and that clique, which people don't realize are social, but it's the clique that, you might come across an anime clique, who's disgruntled because their game don't get the showtime, or what's this other community that's always disgruntled? Oh, the Injustice community. Nothing is ever good enough for them. They want to be streamed 24/7, every pool, every match, and it's not fair. And that's the problem with this scene, is we all have this self-entitlement. I don't care if I'm ever on stream. Justin, when you're playing, is one of your goals, I got to be on the stream? I don't know if he's still there or not.
I think.
Well, Kbrad, when you're streaming, it's one of your goals, I have to be on stream?
No, I actually don't ever want to be on stream because you have to wait for the stream. It's only people that want to make a name for themselves or something. There's too many times I gotta be like, well, I don't want to sit here for an hour to get on stream. Can we just play our match right now off stream? And then there'll be some guy like, oh no, I wanted it to be on stream or something like that. But even when I was a nobody, I never wanted to be on stream because I felt like if I made top 8, I'm going to be on stream anyway. The top
Yeah.
8 is always streamed.
Yeah.
So I was like, if I earn top 8, then I'm going to be on stream regardless. So
Yeah.
I never really asked to be on stream.
You
When
know
I
what's
was
funny?
on it, it was
Oh, my
like, I was like, it's funny, like, you know, like I do production stuff and I do the videos and stuff, but like the stream thing was just like, it was a little nerve wracking because I'm like, man, like back then I was just like focused on like getting body, getting embarrassed and stuff. So when I started hearing like a lot of people that, you know, whether they won or lost and stuff, it just felt like it was just so important. Everyone had to be on Spooky Stream or Level Up Stream or whatever. And it's like they just cared more of like, you know, the magic word I always told you was relevance. It's like, well, I need to be on there because that's the only real way I'm going to be relevant in the scene. And it's like, look, if you're doing really well, it doesn't matter if you're in the stream. Word's going to get out that you're solid.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard so many times from people that, you know, like, again, all he's is some dude on the show. Do you not think I could play Street Fighter? Now, do I play it phenomenally? No. But can I hold my own to the average player? Yeah. Am I going to get bodied by a Justin or a Kbrad? Or even you or Chris? Odds are, yeah.
It'd be interesting to see you play, James.
You know, I mean, I can play. I just, you know, I'm a what you call a picky player. I need the bat top. I can't use the ball top when I play.
Actually, I also
use the bat top?
I have to use the bat top.
I was
Can I say
thinking
one
about
thing
getting
about the whole-
that bat top again for my fight stick. Personally.
I used to play on those and stuff. I personally like the ball. So I remember when I used to first like play on the thing.
I can't play bat tops. I don't know how you do
I can't do it anymore, and I definitely cannot play on a pad and stuff. I was like playing like Jeff the Hero and stuff like that on the Twitch stations and stuff, and like he was actually trying to teach me how to play. And I'm like, get out of here, man. I'm like, I know how to play the game. It's just like I'm playing on a pad now. Like my mind is conditioned to now play on a stick. So going back on the pad, it feels extremely awkward. Which back then when I first met these guys, and I had invited Ricky and Arturo and all these guys over to my house and stuff, they used to call me the pad warrior and stuff because that's what I was accustomed from. That was my background. Then once I started going to Chinatown Fair more and playing the arcades, like that was it and stuff. And now it's like to go back to a pad, I cannot do that and stuff. But if I had to actually like choose a ball top, it's just really weird and stuff because I've gone so long playing on Japanese sticks and stuff like that. Back then when they had like the Sega one and stuff like that, I cannot play on a pad. Like if they told me from now on you had to play on a pad, I'd be like, no, you know, I'd rather not play.
You know what's funny? Like when I used to go to the arcades, you know, like a lot of the arcades that I went to, we didn't have well, not really arcades. Like I used to go to like the pizza places and stuff after school and play in the cabinets. We never had bat tops, so I learned how to do like fireballs on ball tops. I just physically cannot do fireballs on bat tops. Like I don't know why, but I just physically cannot do it.
I've also come from a pad backgrounds. I came into the scene a pad player because I didn't grow up in the arcades. But
all right, James.
Yeah, I'm fine.
All right.
Sure.
Are you all right there?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, but I just thought that playing on pad would be like really cool. So eventually, like I invested money into a pad. Well, no, I didn't invest money. A friend of mine's actually gave me his old pad when he moved to Hitbox. So I just started No, not pad, stick. I'm sorry. He gave me his old stick. So I started learning from there, and now I play stick, and I enjoy it.
You know what the thing is?
Personally, oh my bad.
The thing is, like, right now I play Marvel consistently on a pad, and I can do just about everything but fucking Virgil combos, because you know I'm not gonna configure my thing to hold down a button out a button so I can do the sword throwing thing so I can keep the thing going. Like
it's like I played Zero even back on a pad, and having to hold down that button, I feel it was kind of a pain, and it felt like I was restricted to like only one assist because holding down like left trigger or something, it stopped me from using like one of my assists, which was a problem.
Yeah, like I started trying to learn Zero, and I switched one of my buttons. Like I switched my light button. I was just like, I physically cannot do this. Like it's just impossible. But like when you play on a stick, even compared to a pad, when you're playing fighting games in particular,
it just
like
feels
a stick just feels so much more smooth.
Because that's what it was built for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you have one hand doing the whole motions instead of your thumb doing it, and now you have your whole button layout and using your whole hand, not just like your thumbs. You're not restricted too much.
Me personally on that, to me it's a lot more funner to play on the fight stick now because
I'll agree with that too.
It is.
I didn't grow up in the arcades, which I wish I did, but as soon as I got in hold to the fight sticks, is that it's like wow, this felt like a toy to me, basically. It just felt that cool. It just felt that cool.
I didn't grow up.
Oh my bad.
Oh yeah, I didn't grow up in the arcades either. I was about a generation late.
Yeah,
I
I was.
grew. Oh, damn it.
Sorry.
No, that's okay, Chris. Go ahead.
No, I mean, I'm Walter.
Oh, my bad, Walter. You sound like
good.
Chris.
I do.
Yeah.
James was stuck as being Justin, so I was like, wow.
Yeah.
No, that was Chris. He mistook me as Justin.
Wait, what happened?
And I was just saying that he thought I was you talking then.
Oh no.
You two sound insanely similar.
No, like I've actually decided to deliberately throw on a New York accent and stuff, so you guys don't mix me up.
Oh, and I wanted to say one more thing about the stream earlier before you went off to the other topic. About the whole stream thing, I feel like it would be nice to be able to play on stream because I can, of course, I would like tweet it to my Facebook and stuff and all my friends to watch. That's pretty much the only reason why I like to be on stream in tournaments. But other than that, like I know that like the when you're at a tournament, you're just there to compete. You're not really there to like show off or anything. You're just there to compete, to win, see how you do. That's just how I feel.
Some people are there to show off, believe me, and stuff. Like a lot of like there's different types of players. Like there's still like when I came up in the scene and stuff like that, I was all about showboating. Like as I got older and stuff like that, and then and I got more humble and stuff from like playing people and actually whatnot. Like it forced me to basically reevaluate how I played, and then I focused more on just being methodical and more patient and stuff, and just less showboating. Like back then, I would play alpha, and I taunted you. I don't care. Like I actually did that final round. Larry was like, "Oh damn man, like Chris is disrespecting people," but that's what I did. I used to try to be like the crowd pleaser and stuff when I was in the arcade. But like there's still people that basically do that, but like people still want to be relevant. Like especially like these days, no one wants to be considered insignificant. So that's why, especially now that it's being broadcasted, so a lot of people are like, "Yo, this is my chance. Like, when I get to play Kbrad and I body him, oh man, I'm gonna be relevant." Because like that's kind of like the formula. It's always a nobody playing a somebody. You beat that nobody. You beat that somebody. Now you're not a nobody.
Unfortunately, it's not that easy though.
No, but that's how it is. And
so that's how people think though.
It's like, man, if I get on stream and if I can at least hold my own and stuff, like Apology Man and stuff like that, back then, like nobody wanted to really give Apology Man his credit. But the minute he started doing work and stuff, look where he is basically now. Like that's where you start. So for a lot of people, it's an incentive. By going on the stream and doing that, and most people probably take that footage and they go back and they review it and stuff like that. It's all about just becoming more competitive and basically more solid than what they really are and stuff. Some people just do it because they can be like, "Hey, look, I was on the stream," and they're like, "Yeah, but you got body." But I was on the stream. Did you see me?
Yeah. I can be guilty of that. Yeah, people can. What was I gonna say? Yeah, people have come up because they've body top players on stream, and some others have just become memes, like Senior Taxi back then with the whole Chris G PS3 lag thing. He's become a meme.
Man, I only play on Xbox.
Oh yeah.
That was the best trailer of all time.
Hey, not to keep this on topic, but do you realize that only him and maybe somebody else did some kind of complaint about that after he lost to somebody?
I didn't hear the question. I'm sorry.
I didn't hear that either.
I hear that.
Sorry. Is this better? Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. I know that this is a real old thing, but
okay. Now it sounds like you're down the block.
Okay. Hold on for it. Now does this sound better?
Yeah.
It seems like it's cutting out a bit.
Try speaking slowly, because when you speak fast, you start to cut out for some reason.
Yeah.
Okay. About Chris G in that situation that I read like months ago. It happened months ago. Is it kind of weird that him and maybe I think Wolf Chrome did the same thing too at a tournament. I think it was Power Up. They were complaining about something that made them lose. It's kind of funny how only both of them or some top players only do that.
Oh,
But
you mean
everybody else-
standing up?
Yeah.
Not that. Not standing up. I'm talking about I lost to an offline lag or.
Oh, you mean
or-
complainers?
Yeah, or people were popping off in my ear so bad or so loud that I couldn't concentrate.
Well, here's basically what I'll say. Basically from my experience, the thing is now that there's like headphones, like when back then when the ECC was around, there were no headphones. Like no one even like conceived that and stuff. Like if there was pop also whatever. Like if L.I. Joe was actually on right now, like that's what it was. That was the scene. So there was no hey you're talking too loud and stuff. Like it's like okay, they would be like get out of here and stuff. Like that's actually what happened. But now because that's available and stuff, a lot of players that are coming up, that's how they've been conditioned to play and stuff. So I mean, it is what it is. I tried to personally to play that way, and I can't. Like much like Kbrad and stuff. Like for me and stuff, I need to hear the crowd.
Let me just interject for a second. Let me interject for a second. And Robert, what's your Twitter tag? Because you got that ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ding-dong thing.
What?
What's your tag on Twitter?
New Alpha Japan.
All right.
I have to hold on. Let me type that in the chat box.
Oh, it's all in like that kanji. So.
Ring.
Oh, okay.
And then my partner in crime up in Montreal, Tony. What's your tag?
Big Tony.
It's wee Tony. Who should he?
Yeah, he's on his phone and stuff. So if he doesn't answer right away, that's probably why.
Alright. There you go. Nabba, Jim Bam. I got you.
I was so confused.
Hello?
There you go.
Yo.
Let me finish putting this one in. And Alf, I can't spell for shit. Wow, that fucking hurt. Let me tell you.
Yeah, stop. Take care of yourself.
Oh yeah, I know. Just like stick a fucking pine cone in my ass. It'll all be better.
Or a pineapple.
Pineapple.
Coconut. I'm sorry. Whatever you.
What's your tag, Tony? On Twitter.
On Twitter, Twitter. I don't really use that. My nickname
Killer
is
of the Montreal motherfuckers. That'd be a cool name.
Well, I've always been known as Temujin. And
that's your name. That's what you should put on Twitter.
Okay, well, maybe I have to make a new Twitter account. I don't even use it that much. I don't even remember what my Twitter is.
Yeah, I'm the same way, but after this weekend, people are like, "Ew, I don't use Facebook." I was like, "Okay, I guess I'll try to use Twitter more."
People have been saying Facebook has been dead for years.
I use Tango now. I sent you guys links to it too.
Oh yeah, I know what that is. That's actually pretty cool
because it does voice.
Yeah,
you can send voice messages and.
Tango?
I'm dating this girl from China and who speaks no English, so it's very handy.
We love you long time.
Yeah, Facebook is kind of irrelevant now because ever since that whole scandal came out a few years ago with like Facebook infiltrating private information and stuff, people are a bit more skeptical.
Yeah, there was a situation that happened with a certain player today, and fortunately I had somebody that reached out to me, and then I hit them up. So you can take care of that and stuff. So I mean, but it happens on Twitter too. I mean,
so Troy, it's Temujin what?
Yeah, I haven't heard Temujin in like ages, man. This is like a throwback.
I have a number or something. I got 9 million Temujins.
No, I don't have Temujin as my Twitter.
So just
my
put
Twitter
Temujin A3, man.
You know what? We're just gonna put you straight up, Tony from the French part of fucking Canada, eh? You got a problem with fucking Tony? Tony's originally from Flatbush.
OG Sakura, man.
So who do I have on here? I haven't been in touch with you New York guys in ages. Anyone?
Justin's on here, but I don't think he knows you're on. So so that'd be cool.
Justin's attended to his woman. We got Chris Bahn. We got Walter Worth. We got Metalblayd in Vegas. We got Kbrad. I don't know where this nomad is these days. You in Florida?
Well, am I in Florida?
Yeah, Florida, or you in Cali?
No, I'm in Jersey.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. You came to see your girl. Then we got MikeyK in Brooklyn.
Fuck yeah.
And then we got Robert Bell in Nippon.
Yes.
And we got Tony in where we Montreal or Quebec.
Montreal, Quebec.
And then we got James in motherfucking New York, huh?
Hey, how's it go?
Hey guys, can you see my picture? I just posted up just now.
Yes, we got you, Walter.
Cool.
Wait, where?
Yeah, I don't see any
It's
pictures.
icon.
It's Skype.
It's not going to
Skype?
show up, I don't think, unless like you're friends with people. It glitches sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Skype
Yeah,
is a
that
very imperfect program.
No, it's a
Oh,
very
man.
perfect program because if I just reach out to some broad and I'm like, oh shit, she's hot. Now I got somebody to stalk.
In that case, Kbrad, add me so I can see your EG profile.
Your EG profile.
Oh, his photo's got one.
Kbrad.
I want to see that ratchet like generic photo. I want to see Kbrad.
By the way, Kbrad, congratulations being on EG, by the way.
Oh yeah, I
Thanks,
saw your EG picture. That shit is godlike, man.
Extra gravy, man.
I like it.
Yes.
I'm actually proud that you
I can't wait to Kbrad until they do that thing that we worked on. I don't know if it's public knowledge, so I'm not gonna go into it, but I can't wait till they put that up.
Yeah.
That'll be cool.
By the way, I'm on my phone. Can you guys hear me all right?
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, you're good, man.
Great.
That's some pretty good quality for being on mobile.
Who's that, the
I know,
teacher?
man.
Yeah.
The
We
teacher?
got good technology up here in
Is
Canada.
that
We don't
Robert the
live in
teacher or is that Tony? Hold on.
No, that was me laughing. I'm just reading the chat. I'm just
Tony, I need to know. I need to
Oh,
know.
God, you're reading
I was
gotta see
talking
what's
to
up on the
somebody
chat.
else, Tony. What's the finger in the ass game?
The fuck?
Excuse me?
The finger in the ass game.
Finger in the
Concho.
ass.
CD
Concho,
Junior
that's it.
probably knows it.
Concho. I gotta remember.
You okay?
Finger.
Yo, you're right, James.
James, did
Yeah,
you take your medicine yet?
Oh, don't
Pretty
die,
much.
I
don't
think
die
you
on
went
us,
to
man.
go
Come
take
on.
it again.
If I die, it'll be live.
Yo, don't say that, man. That's
Don't
not a
say
good
that.
thing to say.
It's pretty bad.
I get to go to heaven.
Or Valhalla.
No, I go to heaven. I already made that decision. Me and God, we talked, you know? He's like, dude, he's like, all you ever done was talk the truth about the FGC.
Did you
go
did
to
you have to
heaven.
body him in a set of Mortal Kombat?
Please. He tried to pull that Raiden crap out on me.
You know what's funny about Mortal Kombat? Like, if it wasn't for Mortal Kombat, I would never have played Street Fighter. Like, I played Mortal Kombat, and I was like, alright, whatever, you gotta hold the block button, fuck it. I went to Street Fighter, and I was like, what? All you gotta do is hold back to block? This is so much fucking better.
And then you experience cross-ups.
Yeah, and then I was like, what the fuck? Go fuck yourself. But you know what the funny thing is? Like, back then, though, when we played fighting games when I was a kid, it wasn't about winning. It was about pissing the other man off.
Oh, yeah.
Beating up
It
on
was
I don't know what
about-
generation it came from because from when
try-
I came up, it was about
Hey,
winning.
hey, or trying to pull off the crazy move that's really hard to do.
Yeah,
to
well,
all
that
your
too.
friends. Yeah,
Yo,
you,
like-
you
like
win
which- like-
by getting into your opponent's head.
like doing an ultra back when you were like a young kid, pulling off like a super or something was like a big deal, and killing your friend with it was
Not but you know what was really crazy for me when you mentioned moves, because no other moves was quite as complicated as like the ones from King of Fighters. And,
Oh my god!
Oh god!
And I remember back then, before those games came out, I remember when ST like first came out and they introduced like the ISNA like super drop and stuff for like Vega and Fagao, and I was like, yo, what the fuck is that motion, man? This is just like, yo, down back, down forward, and I was like, what?
I
And
remember when
none
they
of my friends could do it, and I stayed up. I said, yo, I'm gonna do that move, and I do it, I'm gonna body everybody and stuff. And like when I finally did it, it was like, yo, how did you do that move? And I figured out like a little way like to do it. And then I remember when it came out like King of Fighters, and I looked at the motions for that, and I said, nah, man, I can't do that.
it's like
Actually,
it's like King of Fighters motion. It's like they just have you doing all these like crazy
Oh,
stuff. It's
those
like
things- I'm
it's
not blocking
double
drink.
180 to up
Yeah.
down. Up.
I saw
Yo,
guys.
While doing a handstand.
Yo,
crazy.
I don't know
remember
if
in
you guys remember this.
Soul
Back in the day in the arcades, there was I remember there was always a guy who knew the special moves, and he would charge people like 4 quarters or whatever to tell you
bringing his
like how to
hustle
do a shoryuken or how to do a
That's fucked
fireball.
Yeah. Oh, the stream.
Dude.
James, the stream asked, "Where's Galvatron?"
Hey, you know what? On that note, I think it was not SNK, but Calco versus SK2. You know that super crazy Geese super combo Geese had in that game?
Yeah, those combos were ridiculous, man.
Okay, I almost mastered that thing when I was a kid. I only had pad back in the day. It was one of those original Xbox pads, like the one from Mad Catz. That's what I had to use back in the day, and I almost mastered that combo. I think I used it on my brother once. So I told myself, I'm gonna get this down.
Yo, the
I
best
remember
combo.
in Soul Calibur when you had to link moves together to make combos, and everyone in the pizza place would be like, "Dude, how the fuck do you time that so perfectly?" I'm like, I'm just that good, man.
The best combo in any
I
game.
used to piss so many people off.
The best combo in any game is the PTC combo.
TTC.
The PTC combo is pull the cord.
Oh.
And put your
Yo,
knee through
rage
the fucking
quit.
cabinet.
Yo, that's all you gotta do. Just pull the cord and it's over. Because they can't do
I
anything with all
remember-
the
I remember in Turbo when you used to do the Shin Shoryuken on people, and when they couldn't figure out how to do it, they used to get pissed off and just walk away. That was great.
Even like nowadays when I would like go to birthday parties and like the people over there would like happen to have like Street Fighter or even Marvel sometimes. I would do like a day one combo like, whoa! How'd you do that? And I'm like, good. I'm just
Yeah,
good.
like when I was a kid playing like Super Smash Bros. And stuff, it was a matter of like
Oh yeah.
beating the shit out of people so bad that you don't
It was.
you don't win. You piss the other man off and that's how you win.
With
That
all
sounds
the
them off so-
cool.
with
Like
all
you
the
don't
items on.
always win, but you get better stuff the more you play.
Yeah. I
It's
miss
just
those
like-
days.
All you do is beat the shit out of your friends so much so that they just mentally can't win anymore.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Hey,
That's what Justin does to
hey, you
every-
just pop in Captain Falcon, land a good Falcon punch, done.
Oh, dude, if you land a Falcon Punch, so many people will get so salty. Because that move should just never be landed. Ever.
Hey, better than landing like a Raging Demon or any of that other crap in any other fighting game.
Man, I remember the Raging Demon came out and it was just like, wait, you press
I main
what?
Falcon. I think I main Falcon in Mario back in Melee when I was playing Melee, and I was able to do the Falcon Punch with some of my friends and my brother, my god brother. So I timed it just right because I just the way I will personally execute it or use it was that I would read their tendencies, what they do. So I was like, okay, at this moment I'm going to Falcon Punch. So when I do it, they get so salty. It's like, yes. It's like, yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Just getting. I just got back. I just got into competitive Smash, Melee, and it's really fun. And as a Marth main, if I knew about the Ken combo back then, do any of you guys know what that is?
No. I
The what
personally
combo?
don't play.
The Ken combo where you forward air and they go up, and then you use your double jump, and you down air and it spikes them.
You're speaking Latin right now.
Yeah, I was like, what?
Yeah,
I don't know what you said.
What, are you talking about Smash?
I'm still trying to figure out that you're speaking English right now.
No, he's talking about when you pick the character dichotomy, and he does his schism ray, and it shoots him up to the air, and then the applications that you utilize will actually use
James, please.
dichotomy and
Please,
smash
James.
him through the floor. Automatic death.
I remember the schism.
Oh my God, please.
MK1.
Them schisms though.
Yo, them schisms are real. No, but I remember like playing Scorpion MK1. He was like the only fucking person that my friend could do a fatality with, and he thought he was big shit. So, so instead, what I did was I was like, you know what? Fuck you. And I learned like every fatality in the game and never told him how to do it. Back then, before you had like internet and message boards, man, you could piss your friends off so much with fatalities just by knowing them.
Oh, I love the fact, because being that I worked on the fucking game, I had all the fatalities, and like my boys would always be begging me, like, "Yo, come on, just give me this one, and just give me this one." So one day I'd be like, all right, Mikey.
Oh, that's.
I'm gonna give you, Mikey. I'm gonna give you reptile, back down, low punch, and it eats the head. Don't tell nobody, Mikey. And Mikey be like, "You my boy, you my boy." And then they'd be like, "Yo, Chris, I'm going to give you Shang Tsung. Hold high, kick forward, about a step away." The next day I come in the arcade, Mikey's doing fucking Shang Tsung's fatality, and Chris is doing fucking reptiles. And I'm like, what the fuck, guys? Oh, it's on the internet. I'm like, really? It's on the internet? Because you motherfuckers just put it up there. Because nobody had it. You know, even finding reptile was not found. Nobody figured out the technique of actually doing it. You know why? Because there was a bug programmed into the game that the moon nothing would pass the moon for like 30,000 games. So it never happened. And guys are like, "Oh, I figured it out on my own." I'm like, all right.
Yo, not for nothing. The what was it? What was the old Street Fighter urban legend? Shenlong.
Perfect for Shenlong.
Oh my Jesus Christ, Shenlong. May you go fuck yourself forever. Whoever translated that wrong, may you totally go fuck yourself. So many quarters wasted, bro.
I was like, yo, how do you get that code? What?
And then they showed screenshots of him in a magazine once.
That was just wrong, man. That was just wrong.
It's funny, like, I forgot about all that, and then I watched Pop Fiction on game trailers, and my childhood was relived, and I was like, I remember people going for that shit when I would see
like people were coming in, like, "Yo, what are you doing, man? Yo, leave me alone, man. I'm trying to get, Shenlong. Like, get out of here." Yeah, that was like
Shenlong.
Right.
That was so what's fun about these games. There was mystery aspect to it about getting the special moves. What the hell's gonna happen if you finish the game? And just there was it's not like nowadays where all the combos are all available right away. All the hardest combos are right on the training mode. All the moves are already all available. It was different back then.
Not for nothing.
It was just because of the internet now. You know, everybody's going to post everything up now. You know, to me, as far as the future is concerned, it has its pros and cons. Unfortunately, as far as the community is concerned now, the ultimate con is that the creativity and intervention thing has went down to rarity now. You know, personally, I'm trying to find my own style again as far as playing fighting games. I used to be original, but now with all this textbook play, you know, I kind of got into that and it kind of messed me up a little bit.
I mean, the internet, I think, hurt gaming more than it helped. Just because, like, there's no surprise factor anymore.
Look, when we used to make games, we got off on the Easter eggs.
I love Easter eggs. They're the best part.
And then when you come to find out, fucking, you know, and it's not the internet. It's the companies that do the final approvals for the games when you submit them for mass production. Little Billy, who sits in Microsoft's fucking lab, and he's told, "All right, test this game, make sure it don't crash." He gets a list of everything. And the first thing that happens is EGM's like, yo, Billy, we'll give you $500 if you give us a couple of cool little things. And of course he's going to be like, $500? Sure.
Well, little Billy needs to learn how to keep his motherfucking mouth shut.
Unfortunately, the industry has changed to the point where now, even with, like use Justin as an example. Justin could probably go to any company. But I will tell you this. Other companies beyond Capcom will not trust him. Because he's a good player. And because he's a good player, they're going to say, he's going to look for opportunity to make money. And, to be honest, they pay shit. They pay shit and they make you work fucking salary.
A doo-doo box.
That's bad.
So, you're putting in 90 hours a week for 40 hours of pay. And then they promise you, oh, well, we'll give you a couple of extra vacation days. But guess what? Those vacation days don't come because Crunch Time Part 2 starts like 3 weeks later. And you're doing it all again. So, you wind up accumulating like 10 years of fucking vacation time.
And that's why I don't become a developer, just a game artist, and that's it.
Speaking of making money outside of fighting games, where's Darth Force at?
Who?
I called him Darth Force. Where's Triforce? He's
Darth
usually
Force.
Wait. I know how to get him on. Okay. Triforce.
Alright, somebody talk about something that we know Triforce is going to have to speak on.
Big G.
Triforce showed.
We know he's speaking right
Triforce is burning it down as we speak.
Bread and wine right now.
Okay.
Yo, not for nothing, that bread and wine bullshit. It was funny, like for the first 10 minutes, Triforce, but after like 20 minutes, man, you should have just quit, dog. You really should have.
Okay, Illuminati.
That ain't gonna bring him in. That's just gonna piss him
The
off.
FGC Illuminati.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm gonna say something, and I know I'm controversial when I say this. There is a fucking Illuminati of people, and I think Justin is the president.
Within the deep, dark depths of Shoryuken.
But I mean, there is a group of people that feel they control the scene, and that's the problem. And it's not just here; it's any scene. It don't matter whether it's a baseball little league or if it's fucking
It could be
video
like
games.
even with like freaking collecting Pokemon cards. There's like leaders of the community.
But the problem is when you incorporate so many games, like the guys that are part of the Illuminati are Capcom guys. They're taking these other games at face value based off of that community. Oh, they seem okay, they like it, we'll add them in. But they don't take, well, this guy Billy is the leader of that community, let's bring him into the clique. So there's no communications as far as that goes. But they're not all bad. I mean, I know I'm always bashing them and breaking their balls. I mean, even with the breast cancer thing and the smash and all that, I'm like, I apologize to them. I'm like, look, you know what? You proved me wrong. But, you're not going to tell me the Super Turbo, that donated $30,000 overnight that magically disappeared because the guy canceled his credit card because he realized he didn't win. Isn't shady shit. And I don't blame the Wizards and the Cannons for that. I blame the FGC. It's like we commit to things and then we dump on it. MLG is a good thing. Had it been for Capcom right away, people would have been fucking up and down, jumping around, going, "We're the best." But because it didn't, whatever the reasoning may be, now it's the Injustice community going, "We're the best," which is sad.
It's more just an ego trip, you know what I mean?
Can I just ask James a question real quick about that? If Capcom basically, since it's their product, Street Fighter's their product and Marvel's their product, right? And they claimed over towards news articles and ups and short, and that they have no beef.
Someone's
what the heck?
Sounds like they're in an airplane. Who's that?
Yeah.
We're all gonna die!
That's Triforce coming back from France.
This is your captain speaking. We're about to hit some turbulence.
I see enough money has been raised to bring him home.
Yo, that minion money?
That's dope.
I don't fucking care. That was good.
But it sounds like it's coming from Kbrad though.
Yeah, it is.
I think they had enough. I think
Everybody,
he had
sit
enough
tight.
room
We're having some turbulence, guys. Just sit back and relax. Hey, man, where my peanuts at? Everyone, just keep cool and relax.
Who's
We'll
feeding
get this
back?
problem solved.
Yo, seriously though, who is feeding back? Because it's actually starting to get annoying.
It's Kbrad.
Is it Kbrad?
You said what's me?
You're feeding back.
You said what?
You're feeding back.
You're feeding back. It sounds like you're in an airplane.
I'm dead ass in an empty ass hotel room.
Well, apparently the hotel room has a lot of wind coming through it.
Hey man, close your windows.
You're hearing stuff that I don't even hear. There's no wind coming.
Yeah,
from
that's
any-
why you're the one feeding back. That's usually what happens.
Either
He's good now. He's good now. That's all that matters.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
Kbrad,
so-
you good,
All right,
Kbrad.
Walter, continue, please.
Yes.
Okay, I just wanted to say something to James real quick about Capcom and MOG, to his opinion, or everybody else's opinion, basically. Even though Capcom, they claim they have no animosity or no beef with MOG, and they say they claim to be a lot more loyal to the grassroots with FPC as far as Capcom's concerned. I just want to know from everybody's opinion, how come Capcom doesn't really just say, you know what, was going to give MOG a shot to put in Street Fighter and Marvel? Because obviously, despite the community's influence on MOG's
They technically
decision,
can't put in Marvel, but Street Fighter, yeah.
Marvel. Let's get something straight. Like,
Anyway, I haven't finished. I haven't really finished yet.
oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, I was just putting that in.
It's no problem. But I know after what Triforce said about the reason why MOG hasn't really considered again to put in Street Fighter and Marvel because of the character community. By it some years ago, back in the Dark Ages, so to speak. I know that put a bad taste in the league's mouth. But I was wondering why. How come Capcom personally didn't try to patch things up with MOG so they could become bigger than we are now? Because obviously, at least how I see it now, even though some people claim that, oh well, the fighting game community has grown much larger than some past years, and it has, but in my personal opinion, it's not as big as we should be, because it's been like 5 or 6 years now, and unfortunately we're still like in our own backyard collecting, lunch money compared to these guys now, like people that's playing Call of Duty or LOL or Dota, and to me it doesn't make sense.
A good comparison is the fighting game community has a lemonade stand, while League of Legends has like a corporate building.
That's basically what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
And I don't really understand why Capcom didn't really try to, put their game in one of the mainstream things so they could actually get the money, not the money, but just the money and the scenery or publicity they need.
Well, to be honest, it's a corporate image, and there's reputation behind the image. And, despite MOG having the reputation of being a very credible company, a corporation, Capcom is a very global type of company. So to associate themselves with, just a specific corporation such as MLG, it may take time to develop some sort of rapport between both companies, just for the sake of, the image of what Capcom is trying to capture. And I think a lot of it has to do with pride also among companies, but also among communities. Going back to what James was saying about people having egos and people being so prideful about wanting to be on stream and wanting attention, I think a lot of it has to do with that. And I think that's one of the reasons why the community itself kind of won't fluster and blossom the way that people would like it to, because there's just too many ego trips going on, and people are clashing between egos. And so, this person wants more of the pie than this person, and if the pie isn't shared equally, then everyone's going to be arguing. So I think what the community needs is, level-headedness. People are just trying to kind of fight their way to the top without really thinking logically as to how they can build and secure the community as a whole. Everyone's just chasing one particular thing, which is, I guess, the money.
You know what the sad part about all this is? At the end of the day, we're all playing a fucking video game.
Yeah, that's true. That is
We're
very
just
true.
playing a fucking video game. And it's just like, ideally, when you're out of high school, that's you go to college. That's the start of your life. Like you stop playing video games and you start worrying about like having a family and shit.
Yeah,
we're playing video games. It's not like It's not like we're fucking curing cancer. There's no reason to like create fucking Illuminati shit.
Hey, you know what? If the cure of cancer, which I believe is already made, but if that was a whole part of it, I'm pretty sure we were seeing a lot of body bags and conspiracies going on, and a lot of uncertainties and scandals. It'll be a lot more bigger than that.
Well, maybe it wasn't a good comparison, but
that's a good example. Somebody just brought up a good point. So, shoutouts to Hated Greatness. He said it's all about wide appeal. Fighting games do not have that because they are not simple to play. But to also add on that, I think one of the reasons why many companies don't really aspire to kind of put themselves into the FGC, there's a lot of factors that are involved. And one of the factors is that, there's a lack of equality among male and female. Right, there's a very large gap between the male audience and the female audience, and that's not to say the female audience isn't growing, because it is. I think, it definitely is growing, and I think one of the main factors as to why companies don't want to kind of jump on board is because, again, it's an image, and companies need to hold up to that image on a global scale. So if you don't have, let's say, the demographic of male and female, it kind of looks like, oh, well, if we go to this community, we're going to be seen as, a sexist community or whatever. Not just an example.
Yeah. All right, listen, guys. Since we're talking about sexist, I'm going to rub my balls on somebody's face. Chris.
Oh, God.
Chris.
What?
Chris Bahn.
Yeah.
James, we're ready for you.
Can you run the show?
Sure.
All right, I got to go to the hospital.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it just popped out, so.
Wow. You alright, man?
No, I'm not alright. I'm not alright. Run the show. When you're done, just fucking let it run, and fucking hopefully the hospital's only around the block. Hopefully there ain't nobody else fucking in there, but I just got the D to the A.
Go ASAP. ASAP.
All right, man.
Drop the mic. Drop the mic and run.
Yeah, word.
Huh?
Drop the mic and run, man. That's serious. Like, that's not a joke.
You gotta go, man.
I don't stop, drop, and run for nobody. Unless it's a chick and she's trying to stick something in my ass. Oh, holy shit, that fucking hurt. Oh. Alright, so run the show, guys. I trust Justin not to use the words like rape and violate and all those bad words. And no nigga this, nigga that, and don't start fights like corn and
okay, well, Biffy will know them. They're on the stream. We got it.
Yeah, keep it. I should be back hopefully in like an hour or two, tops. But
and before banned from Twitch.
We'll keep it civil, man. Don't worry.
Keep it civil. I'm out, guys.
All right, man.
All right, good luck,
Be
James.
safe, bro.
Yeah, man. Take it easy,
Good luck, James.
Take it easy.
Wow.
Oh.
All right, I'm in the background, guys. So if you need me, I'll be there and stuff. So go on.
What James was saying that something popped out? What he was talking about?
His ribs.
His ribs popped out. It's like because he has several. He's got like 7 or 8 like ribs and stuff that have been like broken and whatnot. So
they're broken.
Yeah, he's not doing too well.
Yeah, he's not doing well. Like I was surprised when he even showed up at PAX.
What happened? I mean, did he get into an accident or something?
No, it's medical related, and I'll leave it at that.
Okay. Man.
People are saying call CD Junior.
Yeah, but you guys can.
The guy said James is dying for the FGC.
Wow.
You talking about like Marvel or something like that?
Oh man.
These chat comments, though. These chat comments.
Yes, chat comments.
Man, you chat guys are going in.
Oh man.
Yeah, those guys are being mean, man.
Yeah, the stream monsters though.
The stream monsters, dude. They're. I mean,
I know, but if he let's say if he died right in the stream, that's not a laughing matter.
Yeah, exactly. Man, that's still will right there.
Dude, let me
that
tell
is
you
not something I would wish.
Let me tell you something right now. when Remix died and somebody else died, and we were trying to do, and those guys were trying to do like a memorial video when stream.
Yeah, I made the video.
Yeah, those guys, those idiots were just going ham. They did not care. They
You're
were
right.
just, and to me that was completely disgusting. I did say some things on stream personally to those guys, but obviously they didn't care. My personal opinion on that, obviously, if something like that was to happen again, if like in unfortunate events, is that somebody would die in the scene again, it should be put on sub mode for that moment, because I don't want that to happen again. And that to me is just that proves to me that this scene doesn't need to be in esports right now. And I'm not trying to sound like a villain or nothing right now, but when Triforce is saying that this scene needs to die because it's how it is, I agree with him. And if he gave me some gasoline and some matches, I would help him burn it down, personally.
Yeah.
Well,
Because,
that goes back to sorry, Tony. But
I don't mean to go that ham, but you know.
No,
I mean,
like
it's justifiable.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, this is one of the reasons, going back to what I was just stating earlier about the community trying to grow. Like, this is one of the reasons why that we can't grow as a community, because you've got people who are in the stream and, you know, they're just saying such despicable things to, you know, hurt others, and there's no way a community can grow if all they're doing is, you know, throwing out comments like that, regardless if it's a joke or not. Like, that's ill will.
There's a thick line. There's a thick line between joke and insult and being horrendous. That's period. The reason why people are like that now, because unfortunately the internet to them is a safe haven, like a shield, if so to speak, from protection of harm, unless somebody's smart enough or hire somebody. But let's be real, there's loopholes. Or you could go to a certain website and pay $40 and go somebody and find somebody's information. But anyway, unless somebody's smart enough to find your IP address and whatnot, you're freaking done, because people can do that. And let's just be real, none of this stuff happened back before the internet was happening, like when I was a kid, because if it did, something would have went down, and that's a fact. Especially the places
You would have gotten pulled out of the arcade and beaten down.
Exactly. Especially with the neighborhoods I had to live in, you know. There was something called respect, you know, because I didn't want to get my brain splattered everywhere, you know, just don't say the wrong thing. But you know, it's like what James said, you know, like with example, you know, not trying to put them out there. I'm just making an example. Corn, you know, they make a good point on a lot of people say whatever they want to say about them between Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, or Twitch, or any part of the internet. But when it comes to some people confronting some other people in real life in these tournaments, it's like they have nothing to say, or they're trying to run some other direction, or you know, trying to get somebody to release them or ban them. Like that one incident with them with Jaxel, the 8-way run guy. I don't. To me, he was.
I know the story of that.
To me, he was being a stream monster.
Oh, what's going on, Bifu?
What's up?
To me, he was being a stream. He was being a stream monster himself, because I don't see no justification of having a 100-minute video of somebody opinion on a group of people in a negative way, and at the same time, when he was confronted about it on one episode of the last show, he wouldn't even have the guts to have a mic and talk to him about it. He would have to just have himself be on the chat, be in the chat.
I'm sorry to cut you off, but what Jackson moment are you talking about?
The one, okay, it was 2 Apex ago.
Yeah, they're talking about the one where basically Jaxo went in on Biggie and he went well, actually, like
No. Not that one. Before. This is way before the.
Okay. Well, I'll let you tell the story then, and I'll work on photos.
Okay, because basically what took place was, I forgot what event. UmaCon 2012.
they were recording some video where they were bumping people, being rude, and all this other stuff and whatnot. And Jaxel said if they were to come to a tournament that I was at, they couldn't dare do something like that because they would get ejected. Now, whoever said that Jaxel acts like a stream monster is 100% true because he's the first person to run to NeoGAF and say whatever it is that he wants to say freely. He won't say it to the person directly. He's a bit passive aggressive. He'll hold it in and then say it on NeoGAF. He'll say whatever he wants to say on NeoGAF and think no one will see it.
You posted it on the internet in a forum. What do you think? Why would you think that nobody wouldn't see it?
I think my brain cells just melted.
Or anybody. I'm not. And here's the thing. I'm not trying to bring up any old stuff. I'm just making an example out of it. But
no, and you're right for making an example out of it. It's this mentality of certain people not being able to hash things out like a grown man is one of the flaws of this whole community.
Yep.
It's one of the biggest flaws. Like if you take a look at UFGT 9, UFGT 9 pretty much very controversial here on this show, but as grown people who are at that event, they should have took it up with the TO and say, "Hey, look, why isn't it like this? Why isn't it like that?" But when you have a certain amount of people registered for an event, like I've seen this happen with DOA, I've seen this happen with Tekken, I've seen this happen with a lot of games at Big E's events. Like when Injustice wanted to do when the Injustice boys wanted to do a whole boycott of the whole event, meanwhile, you're only getting 30 people there, but you feel you should be on stage. I don't see why it's like that. You complain that no one brings speakers or headphones, but yet Combat Network is in charge of doing that stuff. But you're putting the blame solely on Big E.
It's all an ego trip, bro.
What is the whole basis? I mean, I've come to my own conclusion, but what is the whole basis behind the Injustice community believing that they deserve more stream time?
I don't get it. If they believe they get the entire Combat Network stream, nothing else gets streamed on Combat Network at all.
Oh, wait a minute. Kbrad wants to get going. Kbrad, you have any shout-outs you want to give?
Yeah, Kbrad, if you got any shout-outs, just say them now.
Okay, never mind.
All hail EG. Oh, wait, he's there.
Shout out to the stream and everybody that is supporting me, dude.
Good seeing you at Paxel, too.
Yeah, man. I love you, Kbrad.
Man.
You ratchet, though.
Yeah, I'm pretty ratchet.
Okay, Brad. No homo. I loved you in the cross counter episodes.
Oh yeah, man, it's pretty funny.
Yeah, that was sick.
Those are some pretty funny episodes.
That double KO Mike Ross did. I can't believe that happened. That was some stuff right there.
Take care. Tell Patty I saw what's up.
Okay, I'll tell her. I'll catch you guys later.
All right, man.
Kenny.
Later, bro.
Later, Kenny.
Peace, Kbrad.
Yo, is there people actually in this room still? You gotta be kidding me. No, I'm not good.